Dun, 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 spaghetti.
Murdoch says, "Are you rubbing one out online?"
No. Hello, Murdochs. Wow, you jumped right
But
on
you
in.
don't have to take my word for it.
Why did it end abruptly? What was that about? Weird. God, Cryptic, hurry the fuck up. Retrieving list of characters. Butterfly in the sky.
Murdoch says, "Tonight Scorp will be demonstrating the male ejaculation system." Stream Elements says, "Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, Ground Trek Online, November 9th, 2022.
Ground Trek Online. You see, this is the part of the anatomy that you need to use right here. It's a firm grip upon the bottom of the what you want to do is not go so harsh on it there. Let's see, walking down the street, we're walking. You and me walking. For the world to see, walking. How are you doing, Murdochs?
Murdoch says, "Maybe it will go viral and everyone will know who you are then."
It'll go viral. STD in the house. On the moon.
But you don't have to
Murdoch
take
says,
my word
"Of
for it.
course I'll be leaving the channel when that happens."
Right. But I'm reading Rainbow. I can't do anything. Take a look at Sinner book.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Nobody. Hey, Riz. Wow, everybody getting on here early. Man, I found this cool thing. Since I like, the 80s. Everybody likes the 80s. You know, Knight Rider, right? They have this model kit that's metal and like 2 foot long. And it's one of those, you subscribe or whatever, and you get
Murdoch
like a
says,
piece of it every
"I'm fine.
month.
Did some work, a work class thing that took 3 hours, then had a flame up in my right shoulder, iced it down, played some games, wondering what to play now."
There's supposedly a free game called on Steam about wanking or something. If you play that one. Boink.
Murdoch says, "Wanking sim."
Yeah. Like you have the dude wank so much and he's able to do superhuman feats. That's VEAT. Yes. But it's a pretty cool little thing. You subscribe to this whatever it is. I can't remember the damn name of the website. And you get like parts for building a little model car of Knight Rider's kit that's 2 foot long, like a big model car of it that has working windows, tail lights, headlights, scanner bar at the front, and all this other cool little electronic shit that's inside of it. And the first month is like $1, and then the second month is like $7, and it's like $13 for the rest of the months. If I had the money to like just blow them that
Murdoch
shit.
says, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, I said since I'm like interested in a lot of the '80s stuff, like the star cards of the '80s. I came across because I was just YouTubing randomly this morning before I left to go out. Um, and it was a Knight Rider historian or restoration. It was some sort of site that actually owns one of the kit cars from the show, and they have it like in a museum and all that kind of stuff. But they announced that there is this company that creates models of cars and stuff or whatever, and they've made one of the Knight Rider car, and it's an official like Universal Studios thing, licensed by them and the GM Motor Company, where it's an identical like version of
Murdoch
kit.
says, that's cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, is you subscribe to this package deal like thing or whatever for $1 the first month, then it's like $7 or whatever the next month, and then $13 each additional month until you collect all the pieces to build your own Knight Rider kit, 2-foot long model metal car. And I thought that was so awesome because it has like rotating license plate in the back, power windows that actually roll up and down, a scanner bar at the front, and like it comes you eventually like get a wristwatch where you can command kit to do things or whatever. And I thought that was so cool. That's why I'm saying if I had the money to do that or to buy that and put it together, that'd be kind of awesome. Because I think it's the same company that came out with the Ecto 1 that they had before, or they probably still do.
Murdoch says, today the bagel person that sold my bagel recommend I make sample packs and sell them since I recently bought all this recording DAW equipment. You ever heard of people selling sound sample packs? He said I could even get royalties.
I've never heard of that, but I know what a sample pack is for sound. I've just never heard about selling them. I mean, how do you just make it up and say, okay, here's these sounds, I hope you like them, and they pay you? I mean, usually that's like I think not really a studio, but somebody. What would you do for like a bagel place to make? What kind of sounds would they need?
Murdoch says, yeah, so I could sound design stuff.
And it's for just a bagel place? Or they just suggested you do that with your equipment?
Murdoch says, not the bagel place. I can tell that's just his day job.
Oh, okay. Because he had me confused about selling sound samples to a bagel
Murdoch
shop.
says, we were talking about the music industry and gaming industry. Murdoch says, we are both Deadmau fans.
Well, yeah, you could probably make
Murdoch says, he saw them in Austin recently.
Yeah, you could probably make a lot of sounds and stuff and sell them online or whatever, and if they're licensed, you can have royalties off of it.
Murdoch
That sounds about
says,
right.
so he said Joel from Deadmau is fixing to retire.
He's fixing to retire.
Murdoch says, and is going into the gaming industry.
Oh, and he may want some sounds to put in video games and stuff? You could do that. It's not like birds chirping or whatever, where you gotta like sit in a park and get ambient sounds, is it?
Murdoch says, which makes sense cause more money in gaming.
Yeah. More people sitting on their asses.
Murdoch says, no, LOL, Joel doesn't need me.
There's more people sitting on their asses these days, playing video games. Ooh, yeah.
Murdoch says, but even if I could make sound packs, who do I sell them to? I think he was referring to gaming companies. Murdoch says, so they could use the sounds in the game development.
I suppose. I mean, I would think that the gaming people, even on here on Star Trek Online, when the guy was redoing Ryza, he was buying like 3D samples that people have already created in order to add to the game. So I don't see why they probably wouldn't buy sounds from people. That'd be about right. I mean, and if they use it in their video game or something like that, yeah, they'd pay you if it was licensed or whatever. Or they either pay you for the license.
Murdoch says, my initial idea was just to make songs for streamers in which they could buy a copyright to use it.
No, that's a good idea. You can blend in a lot of like 80s sounds and stuff like that, you know, for the retro gamers. Because I know this guy that's local
Murdoch says,
for me.
exactly.
He's a retro gamer type person, you know, and likes to play old NES arcade and all that kind of games and stuff. And he TikToks, and I doubt that he has any music playing because of copyright, you know. So that would be a pretty good idea, actually. I'd say do that, yeah. Make some sound samples of your music.
Murdoch says, he TikToks, person then stands on his head kicking his legs in the air.
TikTok boom, TikTok boom. I've never done the TikTok thing. I've watched many. You know, at the time, I didn't know that there was longer TikToks in just a few seconds or whatever. But he tells me, like, if you get affiliated on TikTok, you can live stream like you can on Twitch. And the whole point of a TikTok to be quick. I mean, is it like a tick, 2 hours later talk? You know? But yeah. I was talking to that dude today. He came in. He's a customer.
Murdoch says, only thing about TikTok is it's like China Run, right?
I think so. But I'm not sure.
Murdoch says, so your shit ain't secure.
Your shit ain't secure. The shit you shit out your pants goes into the Chinese government. They filter through that and get all the information from your ass. I don't know. That's just what he does. It's his medium that he does it on, and making little
Murdoch
TikToks
says,
and things.
something like stats.
Something like that right there. I tell you what. Oh my gosh, today, also before I went to work, I came across this Dr. Phil video of words that they're going to cancel in the United States. I think one was mom and dad, as like a phrase or whatever. Master bedroom. What was another one? I can't remember all of them. Damn. What was it? Shit. I can't remember all of them. But it was so stupid. Like the words that they had there. The word shit. No, it wasn't that. Some of them. Ghetto was one of them. Ooh. Here, tier 6 on this. Let me go over here and take a picture of this for Lilu. Damn it, I was already on that screen.
Murdoch
Shit, I
says,
keep doing this.
they want to destroy families completely, mom and dad. If that goes too far, some people will snap and start uptown hangings again.
Yeah, it was stupid. Like, I just had come across it because it was like a topic on YouTube, you know, because it suggests shit. And it was a lot of words, you know, that they're going to do away with. And Dr. Phil was wondering, he was like, had this lady whose wife and she both had a daughter, and the lady's argument was that it offends them whenever like their daughter comes home from school.
Shut the fuck up!
And the daughter asks like about the mom and dad thing, and it offends the daughter. So the mother want to, like, they're okay with doing away with mother and father. I was like, that's hell, that is bullshit right there now. And then I knew it. But luckily it's only one more. Look at that right there. Okay. And the other one was like master bedroom. Was this this black dude? I guess it's okay to still say the word black. I'm not sure. His whole argument was that the reason they needed to do away with master bedroom was because during slave times, that's where the master of everybody stayed and laid and like slept every night, and so that offends them.
Murdoch says,
But
it you follow that logic eventually all children are taken at 5 to a government facility for programming.
right? But apparently, like, the phrase master bedroom, or what it was called, was coined by a Sears catalog in 1926. So it has nothing to do with slavery at all. So the guy's point is moot, if you call it, you know. It was a bunch of, I didn't watch all of it. I just like skimmed the first like few minutes or whatever, and then had to go to work. But it was just so crazy. Red alert. Dr. Phil was worried about those words. And I think the video, it was like a British girl was talking about it. She said she's so tired of like the negative stuff of American politics and American this and that and beliefs and whatnot coming over and infecting the UK. She said it's always with the bad stuff. Why can't they have the good stuff of the United States? But I don't know. I don't pay attention to all that stuff really. But and I'm sorry for bringing that up. I don't want it to be misleading or whatever. Or against the religious beliefs of Buddha or some shit. I don't know.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
It'll blow through my pants, Captain. I swear. I'll go to the bathroom in my underwear. Yar, I be pooping all over me leg. I don't know if that does anything, so we're just gonna slot it anyway.
Murdoch says, we don't want to be misleading, but everyone just go fuck yourself. Now back to the stream.
No, back to the
Smiley
stream.
face.
That's right. Please, everybody. And then I watched a little bit of a video that I was looking back up because I was talking to an associate of mine the other night about she'd never seen the Elvis movie
Just
yet.
Call McCower says, I just want to sell this stuff so I can buy a PS5.
What do you need a PS5 so bad for? Murdoch's will probably buy stuff from you. He loves to buy shit. He's getting rid of Samsung
Just
Galaxy
Call
Tab
McCower says,
5
New God of War.
and an Xbox Series X. And how much are you wanting to sell this stuff for? Just call me Cole.
Murdoch says, well, I have a gaming computer so all good here. Just Call McCower says, Galaxy Tab S7 Plus and $400 each.
Oh, wow. And how old are both of those? What condition are they in, just in case anyone's watching in the future, like within the next week or so or whatever, and want to know.
Murdoch says, I have the Galaxy Tab S7.
Yeah, in case anybody wants to know, like how much or whatever, and like what quality it is and stuff like that. Oh, Mega Marks, need to get those. Okay. Leave map now.
Just Call McCower says, like new, barely used.
New, barely used. And what's the age of each one of them? So people will know. That way, if whoever's watching later, because I know these get viewed or whatever. Like 5 people watch it.
Murdoch says, he will need to scrap the dried jizz off it, but could be a good sale. Just Call McCower says, old enough.
Dry the jizz off of it. It's this porno machine. Mario's one-up device. Can be yours if the price is right. Rod Roddy. The Rodster. Rodonito.
Just Call McCower says, they are both a year old.
Well, if I had the spare money, I'd get an Xbox from you for sure, but I don't. And plus, fucking Christmas is coming up, so I gotta like think of shit for people. Every year I get my mom like these little oven mitts or whatever, but she's got rheumatoid arthritis and bad arthritis in her hands because of it, and can't really grip anything or whatever. It's so stressful. Christmas is just a damn stressful Hollywood holiday. That's what I told my mom this dress. How about we not get gifts for any damn body and just have a day where we just relax? How's that? That whole gift giving thing is just, I'm over it. Can't afford shit anymore, so why bother with it? I should get them all a $20 gift card from Dollar General. It's one thing that people hate to do is use a gift card at Dollar General. It's like they don't want to be seen using one or something. It's almost like people that get embarrassed for using food stamps. I'm like, what the hell are you getting embarrassed for? I wasn't embarrassed when I had food stamps and used the card. But they'll tell me, like, at the register, they'll say, it's on the food card. They'll whisper, it's on the food card. I'm like, okay. We don't need to know that, but alright. It's almost like whenever women don't want to tell me the birth date, whenever I have to ask for their birth date for some reason or something new. It's like, well, that medicine's asking me for your birth date. Then they'll whisper over to me what it is. You could have just told me some random number, as long as it makes you old enough, but okay, if you want to whisper your birth date and not let everyone hear it. People get embarrassed so easily, you know? It's like whenever I was at the other store and someone came in and this girl came in, she was like, yeah, where are your pregnancy tests? And I was like, what do you want? She goes, pregnancy test. Oh, the pregnancy test. Yeah, they're over there. And I'm like, and she goes, shh, you know, like shushing me and stuff. I'm like, what? You know? Man, you gotta talk up because the radio's playing. There's coolers and shit all in your ear. Can't hardly hear shit. So I talk louder, you know, so that people can hear me. And it's like when a dude like comes up there and he's getting some like maxi pads or tampons or some shit for his girlfriend or wife or whatever, and they whisper that shit too. I'm like, what the hell? Why you whispering? Or they'll whisper the whole, where your condoms at? Why whisper? It's a natural bodily function. It's procreation or whatever, you know, get it over with. Don't be so secretive with shit. I guess I'm just different. Capture 2 points. Win Mammon. Win Manis. Life is like a hurricane here in. So how much does a PS5 cost these days? And why the hell is this lagging so much? Star Trek Online is using 3 gigs of memory and only 7.4% CPU. That's insane. Discord is using it's using no
Just
CPU.
Paul McCower says, $450 or $550 depending the model.
Oh, they have one of those things too? Like it's the GPU is different and stuff too? Goodness gracious, what is going on? It's like I need to shove a turd out or something in the machine. Let's turn them all on. Just run. Run, bitch, run. Instead of run, forest, run, it's run, bitch, run. Point is secure my
Just
ass.
Paul McCower says, no, nothing is different other than no disk drive on the cheaper model and smaller form factor.
Oh. So the GPU's not, it's not a thing like Xbox then. A smaller form factor. I don't know that I would like smaller. I guess you're probably wanting to go for the 550 one, aren't you? If I know you. Bigger is better. Bigger it would be like more of a cooling thing too. Like if it's small form factor, to me that would say.
Just Call Makora says, I want whatever I can get my hands on TBO.
To be honest. To be opinion. To be on. If you had the choice between both of them though, and could get any one, it would definitely be the bigger one, right? I would think because of cooling. Don't worry, Dollar General sells a cheap fan for about $5 that you can mount to a wall.
Says, yes.
And you mount this to a wall like behind your peripherals at your entertainment center in your household, and it keeps your shit cool. The only problem is if you mount it on a wall, blowing toward your stuff, where's it sucking the air from? It's one thing you don't do is put a fan right next to a damn wall. And the game can't be played on PC at all? So it's PlayStation only? Rhetorical question asked, sir. Damn, what did we do? Get into a little riot over here? What the fuck? Calling in security, lighting a load on my ass here. Wake him up before he die, but leave me hanging on the line, yay.
Just Call Makora says,
God.
if it could I would buy it on PC. Maybe in 4 years, but I don't got that long to wait.
Don't got that long to wait. Ain't nobody got time for that. My goodness gracious, what's going on over this battle zone? Shit. Everybody need to leave my ass alone. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time, nobody got time for that. Good night. Where in the hell we get all this shit at the top up here? I'm not even adding anything to this damn thing. How do I get it? Wall bottom. Sledgehammer. We already collected like the amount for Voth, yeah. Sledgehammer. God. Oh, hey, did you get John's fishing trip? And have you gotten Molly's Wedding Part 2? Goodness gracious, the frame rate. Is there something just eating my CPU or something? Nope,
just Call Makora says, no, I need to redo my virtual machine. Probably need to re-download part 2 as well.
Ah, so you've got one for sure, right? This Dropbox is telling me that I'm out of space, so I can't add anything to it until that is taken care of. Redo your virtual machine. Is that what you were posting a picture of? You resetting it or reinstalling? Reinstalling. installation. I need to get some TARDIS stuff up in here. Somebody came across one of my TARDIS green screen videos on my YouTube yesterday, and apparently want to use it for footage for something, and it said, "I will credit you." I said, "Sure, whatever, use it." I guess I need to make more of those. I don't know why. It's kind of dated now. Dude, I could totally like put a TARDIS thing happening. I wish I could get it to where I can make it materialize and dematerialize on
Just
screen.
Call Makor says, never let people use your stuff for free. Unless it is me.
Unless it's you. I love rotten eggs. And everybody at the store I work at can think that there's actually a ghost in the store. I brought my EMF reader up there. It didn't show shit, of course. And now there's like a foul odor around the dog food aisle, and when it wasn't one earlier today. It's like if you had a can of chicken or some shit like that and it just exploded or whatever.
Just Call Makor says, sorry, I farted.
You farted and it smelled up me down here. But I had a customer going, "Oh my God, y'all come over here quick." So we rush over there because y'all smell that? It's so foul. I said, yeah, it smells pretty bad, you know. I kind of thought maybe it's like a rat that died or something. I don't know. But just then, because we've been back there all day, like putting dog food and supplies and stuff up on the shelf. And I didn't smell nothing until at that point. But, yeah. Didn't find it before we left. It happened right at closing. Why do I have so many armors? And shields. Where do I get this shit from? I don't collect nothing around here. Rhetorical question number 54. The dumbass has spoken. Michael, how are you looking on your reputations, buddy? We wanted to get Delta, which we did. We got Delta at like physical conditioning level 6, correct? Because that would have been rank number 2. Active ground. Concussive emissions. Sure, why not? Okay. Ball sack. Ball sack. Swinging front to back. Do we want to do Gamma? Gamma's only at 80. If we got that up there, that'd be plenty of thing there to do. Yeah. Okay, so what we're do is, right here. Uncle Jesse said we're not supposed to do that, Luke. I've been wanting to make a little TARDIS video to put on here, like, you know, like whenever you summon the TARDIS, it'll like pop up and then disappear or something, but I can't get it to overlay correctly to where it doesn't show green screen. You know, because you know how they did it back in the day, and probably even to this day, they overlay it over an image already and fade the image in and out to make it look like it itself is fading, but I don't want to do that. I want it to fade. And I can't figure out how I'm going to do that. Oh my God, the turn rate of this thing sucks ass. And yes, I had to work today. The girl that has seizures. Cruising. Riz is participating, yo. He going by. He ain't shooting shit though. Dude, I thought about like actually creating a 3D Galaxy Enterprise looking just like yours, and then having it actually fly around and look like it's in the game. Like whenever you summon it. Then I'd have to like model an actual Galaxy class starship, which wouldn't be too difficult, but just the little detailing would take a while. But I can do it. Did you see that the ship they used for the Enterprise, was it C, is over in for auction in the UK right now. Adam Savage on his channel Tested went over there and is reviewing a lot of the things that are on auction. And
Pale
that was one of
Chimera
the
says,
things.
a woman is like a hurricane, comes in wet and wild and leaves with your house and car.
Wet, wild, Kool-Aid style. Oh yeah. Hello, Pale Chimera. But it they showed like a little details of it, like up close and things. And the way that they got away with doing a lot of stuff, because television back then wasn't as sharp and clear as it is now. So we didn't know that things were messy or whatever, you know. We thought it was pretty awesome. It's like when episodes of The Next Generation got like put on HD TV, and they used the actual source stuff that they used for the TV versions back when we were younger. There's a clip of where, I don't know if it's Wesley's console on an episode of TNG, but you can see a Phillips head screw sticking in the top corner of it, where you couldn't see it originally, like if you had the old VHS or watched it back in like the 90s or anything like that, or late 80s. But it was pretty interesting. I mean, all they did was like use some sort of like some tape or whatever to make it like windows and shit. A bit of rough
Murdoch
draft.
says, I was just thinking of VHS.
I'm just thinking of VHS. I still have VHS.
Murdoch says, when that came out it was a big deal.
Hell yeah. VCRs used to be like the awesome thing, and then they got cheaper and broke easy. I still have a VCR plugged into a television right now. And yes, I have used it within the past 6 months. In fact, I actually used it to capture some stuff from a VHS over to my computer. Whenever my sister used to play softball all the time, and we had plenty of her playing softball on VHS because we had a camera. And I wanted to digitize it and give it to her for her birthday. So I got several of her games and recorded them on my ADS, what is it called? It's over here. Insta DVD 2.0, yeah. I got it sitting over here to my left. Yeah. So yeah, I use my VCR like all the damn time. If that joker ever broke down, I'd be out of shit luck. I'll tell you that right now. Because it's got that hi-fi sound. Remember VCRs used to have like the mono sound, and it's like you're real like kind of talking. But then it came up with hi-fi, and you can like hear the stereo-ness of the sound. It was so amazing. So amazing. Brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
Murdoch says, and THX.
THX, yeah, when that came out, they let everybody know, didn't they? Remember that? What was it? It was like the kind of little sound or whatever they'd have on there. It's almost as magical as whenever you'd watch old movies, and you'd have like the Tombstone Pictures logo flash across the bottom of the screen and light up real quick and go to the center or something. That was some magical times right there.
Murdoch says, I had a copy of The Abyss in THX.
Nice. Now that's an interesting movie there. The effects for that were pretty groundbreaking at the time and still hold up to this day. That's the where the water's like alive with a being or whatever movie. Nothing you could say could take me away from my ash. I don't need to be a movie star. Anyway, like as I was saying earlier about the Elvis movie, since the
Murdoch
associate
says,
I have,
if anyone wants to play Remnant with me, let me know. It's Coop.
it's co-op. But my associate that works with me or whatever has never seen it. And I said, yeah, you learn a pretty good bit in there. And I said, but there's a lot of stuff that's not in that movie, like the time that Elvis threatened to rip somebody's tongue out and choked them, to death or whatever when he was on stage. She goes, what? And I was like, yeah. I mean, you can like listen to it, the audio of it on YouTube. They said strung out Elvis threatens to like choke someone and rip out their tongue or whatever. And he done it. You can hear it. And she's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. But then he went right back to singing. So, and he wasn't joking. He used words and everything. Big old sailor mouth on that guy. Damn it. I'm so sore. Threw dog food today. At people. Haha. No. Anyway. Since I had to work today for the girl who's epileptic that has seizures that has never given us like proof, verification, or anything like that she does have them, and we've never seen her have them. Well, the manager was going to contact me if she called the girl and asked her if she was going to come in. Well, she didn't get the chance because the girl messaged her first and said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to come in. I haven't had any seizures in the last 3 days, but I'm still worried that I might. Plus, I'm still having double vision from the last one. So she's like, I'm not coming in. So that's when they had me come in. But today, we learned that the girl's actually looking for another job. So, I told the manager, I said, we'll just take her off schedule. She goes, no, I can't. I have to put her on there at least 1 day a week. And I said, well, if you put her on there for her only day and she never works, then that's it. I mean, always have someone as a backup to perhaps like take the shift, We have one that was going to go to a funeral Thursday, which is tomorrow. So she wanted to be off for that. But then today, informed the manager that she's not going to go to this funeral. So she's available to work, if she still can. So I was thinking to myself, well, hell, the lady could have worked today, because the whole reason, she wouldn't have is because whenever there's a funeral, depending on how close you are to said individual or something like that, you have bereavement leave, which is up to 3 days at Dollar General, regardless of if you're close or not to somebody. But if you're going to take bereavement leave, that's what you get. Well, they allowed her days that she would need. Didn't ask if she was close to this person or not, but she's been coming in and shopping and stuff and just walking around and not even if she's worried about going to any funeral. And today, that's when she told us that she wasn't gonna go, so there was no need to like have anybody work her shift. So I'm thinking, well, damn, I came in today for somebody else. The lady could have worked my shift that was given to me today, and I could have actually been off. But no. It's not like I was gonna do anything anyway. More money for me, yay! More money they'll take away from me. More money that I won't keep. That I'll have to pay for something else. It's nothing like that whole, hey, you got more money and you got money in the bank, don't you? And like, yeah. I need you to pay this bill this month since you use the internet too. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that because I do use most of it. I mean, you just could ask instead of, hey, you know, hee-hawing around or whatever about it. Or just flat out say, hey, here you're gonna pay half of it anyway. So I'll be like, okay, well, I don't have a problem with that. They can't say you've ate up all the groceries in the house because I buy my own shit. And I do mean shit. God. What is the maintenance tomorrow, I wonder, for Star Trek Online? Anybody know? I need to get one of Rodney Dangerfield's. This thing on? I guess it's just general maintenance for tomorrow. Since it's Thursday or whatever.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. Oh, that reminds me. I need to watch that. I need to see if there's any new Letterkenny out there, because that's like a damn good show. I love it. And the spin-off series, too, which is the hockey player guy. Can't remember his name. I want to say Jonesy for some reason. 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 For 5 easy payments of just $1,999 million each. More, less, more, less, more, less, more. Pew. View. I need to look at my bank account, see how much money I actually have. It's like 50-something bucks for insurance or something every week on my car, or every month or whatever. Then I have my Volkswagen insurance, which I don't drive it. But they're like, why do you keep your insurance on? I'm thinking, because of insurance on an antique car. Duh. One that I'm not supposed to drive it like once a month or something. Like, okay, well, I can't drive it at all then. Because they'll do like random mileage checks on your vehicle. Isn't that stupid? If you have a classic vehicle, they'll like, they'll check the mileage to see if you're not using it as your main vehicle.
No way am I a loser. Well, you're wrong, no, but.
So I can't remember how much that is every month. Then there's the $200 to $350, depending on the rent that I pay for my part of the house note.
Samuraith says, what blows me away is some states require inspections for your car, some don't. I don't get that.
Yeah, isn't it weird? I know that Louisiana requires an inspection sticker to be stuck on the windshield, and you're supposed to like go every so many years or whatever to get it re-inspected, or maybe once a year. And they put a new sticker and they put like new stuff on there, and if it doesn't pass emission tests and all that kind of junk, you can get fined or whatever. But Arkansas, in which the state that I live in, does not require inspection stickers. You know, it's only like if you get pulled over by like law enforcement and you either have a cracked windshield, that's automatically a fine, no matter how big the crack is. If it just happened, you're getting a fine no matter what. You can't talk your way out of it. And other things too. There's other like inspection-y type things or whatever that I can't remember. And yes, I'm ignorant of the law, so therefore I must be arrested no matter what. That's been so stupid in my opinion. Ignorance of the law is no
Samuraith
excuse.
says, that's like I think personal property taxes, some require it, some don't.
Yeah, Arkansas requires that. Like, I have to pay property tax, and only just 2 vehicles, and they're just one of them's just the antique Volkswagen or classic, whatever. It's past certain years, so they consider it antique or whatever. Even though I don't consider it that. I mean, is a car still antique if you replace nearly all of it with new parts? It's that whole thing about the wooden ship thing, you know. What if you built like an antique car using modern things? Would that still be an antique? That's a damn good question for myself to answer later. Oh, she has tiny hands. What were we talking about? Personal property, yeah, personal property tax. Yeah, I have to pay so much or whatever. I think, what is it, every 6 months or a year or something like that? If we don't pay it, we can't get like a new, we have to renew the tags on our vehicles too. Like,
Samuraith says, yep, good question, but I agree on the inspections too, how little a thing you can get in trouble for.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, say if they decide they want to just test your vehicle randomly in Arkansas for like emission problems or whatever, you automatically can get like a ticket if it's not performing the way it should, or if you've adjusted it somehow. If you have one light out when you should have another one out, or no, well, if you put custom lights on your vehicle, they all have to work or whatever. It's kind of like semi trucks are, you know. They have to have all their stuff like according to DOT or whatever. It's like that. I've never had anybody get on my ass about it, like if I ever got pulled over or anything. I mean, hell, I need to replace the windshield in my car, my smart car, but it's like $400+ just for a damn windshield. It's got a long crack along the very bottom of the driver, so it's not impeding the view at all. But it goes along the bottom, and then one goes along the top side on the passenger side. But I bought it like that, actually. It ain't my fault. What the fuck? Damn, I'm missing a hubcap / wheel cover too. They're gonna find me for that shit? Everyone thinks my car's electric because they can't see a tailpipe. It's hilarious. They got, is that one of them electric cars? No. I thought them were electric. I said, some of them are, mine's not. What's yours run on? Fuel? Gasoline? Petro. Let's call it Petro for shits and giggles, because we're, you know, we're not
Samuraith
British.
says, oh, I've had a headlight out and it just happened that day, but the cop made a big deal about it. He didn't give me a ticket but was letting me know.
Oh, hell yeah. I remember, like, when I was driving in my Volkswagen, which, again, I'm going to say, it's a 1971 Super Beetle. I was driving it down a four-way, which is like a little mini bypass type or freeway type thing or whatever that's around here. And a herd of deer jumped over a huge fence and threw out the whole 4 lanes, just traveling like a pack there. Just so happened I hit the last one. It dented in the front fender on the driver's side, and it rubbed the wheel and stuff, and it bent the bumper and everything. So I pulled over, called my mom. My stepdad and my mom show up. He comes up with the trailer to come pick me up, you know, if in case my car needed it. And I just bent the fender back out and was able to drive it home. But I had to take off the bumper because that thing was like steel or something, you know, like real heavy. And I put it in the passenger seat. From the passenger seat floorboard to the back of the car, I had it sitting there. And it busted out the headlight on the driver's side as well, doing that, because it's just strictly glass. And on my way home, not even like maybe 2 miles, I was still in the city limits, in the city of where this happened, and got pulled over. And the cop says, you know, you got a headlight out on your car. It's like, yeah, I just hit a deer. He goes, uh-huh. Well, you know, we can write you a ticket for that because you know, you're not supposed to have your headlight out. I was like, yes, I just hit a deer. My stepdad gets out of his truck or whatever. He's walking over there. The cop says, sir, stay in your vehicle. This does not concern you, or whatever. You know, kind of authoritative speaking they do and all that bullshit. And he said, yes, I know. I just hit a deer in my vehicle, not even a mile down the road. And I have my bumper sitting over here in my passenger seat. Because he had the light shining through there, and he saw the bumper, and he saw like the little pieces of hair on it and a little bit of blood. And I said, yeah, I just hit a deer, so that's why my headlight's out. He goes, well, I'm going to let you go this time, but
Samurai
next time
says,
I'm going to have to write you a
what
ticket.
the crap, it just happened.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to have to write you a ticket if this happens again. I'm like, what am I supposed to do, carry a spare headlight around with me everywhere I go? The fuck? Yeah, it just happened. He gave me a warning. It's like, the fuck? You know you got a headlight out? No shit. That's
Murdoch
what
says,
happens.
dumbass Souther dumbass cops all about the power control.
Yeah, exactly. It was so stupid. And the next day, whenever I had to go to work, you know, I stopped by. Luckily for me, Walmart had a replacement light because it's completely glass. The whole thing is glass. And I managed to put a brand new bulb in it temporarily because I didn't like the way it looked. So I just used it just, you know, to get up and down the road at night. And I saw the deer that I had hit. And it killed it, you know, whatever. And I was like, wow. And then a little up the road a little ways, was one that was smeared and nothing but just blood and guts and shit all over the road. A semi-truck / big 18-wheeler or whatever had hit one right after I did that night, apparently. And smeared it all over the damn road. But I guess it's my fault for not calling the cops or some
says,
shit.
well, at least he didn't run your license and registration make you wait.
Right.
Murdoch says, I did that in an 18-wheeler once.
Yeah, I mean, this fence, it's like maybe 8 to 10 foot tall, and I didn't know a deer could leap that high. That was amazing to see. I was thinking, oh my God, it's reindeer. Where's Santa, you know? Because it was during the cold time of the year, and they were just traveling through a town / city area. It was so odd. I've never seen that before. It just so happens I hit it. And I still have my original fender and hood are in my room right now. I can look at it. Because I had to replace it because they got bent and warped and everything, and I didn't have any way of finding anyone to fix it real quick because I needed it for work. So I just bought another hood for it, which was of the same year model, and a fender. And that got painted a little different than my original paint job, so it stands out whenever you see it. So it just kind of ruined my little whole illusion of the perfect little vehicle that I put together. So, but I kept everything. I have the bumpers in my room propped up to my bedroom closet. The hood is next to my bed, so every time I'm sleeping at night, I can put my foot on it, you know, and pet it, or whatever it needs. And the fender, well, it's kind of out of sight, but it's right next to the hood. And my hopes one day was to, like, try to bend the metal out myself as best I could because there's nobody. I don't, there's not a
Samu
body
Wraith
part
says,
around here.
"That's so stupid. Policemen acted that way. It's like these ones stopping people with pregnant wives with husbands rushing them to the hospital."
Mm-hmm. I have to say though, whenever my mom, right after my dad had passed away, and my parents had already been separated for years, but whenever he passed away, shortly after that, like maybe a week or so, my mom had like chest palpitation, that sort of thing, and sweating and nausea and vomiting and all that, and I had to rush her to the hospital. And during that time, it was a school time, of course, and it's school zone, so you had a certain time limit or speed limit. And I didn't have the emergency flashers on because I wasn't thinking about it. And I got pulled over, and I said, I'm taking my mom to the hospital. And the cop looked, and he saw her condition. He says, "Okay, well, next time turn your flashers on or whatever, like that." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." He says, "Well, get her down there." And I was like, "Okay, thanks, And turned out her potassium was low, but the emergency room didn't even notice it. Emergency room doctor says, "Well, I think you must have just eaten something and you've got like food poisoning or something." They did like all sorts of tests and shit, and she was fine on the front, but just vomiting and stuff. And the complete blood test thing showed her potassium was low, and you look up like extra low potassium, and that's exactly the symptoms she was just having. So, and that was found out by not a doctor, but an APRN, which is a registered nurse that's higher up on the totem pole to like almost being a doctor. And I'm thinking the emergency room doctor didn't even see this. They looked over the paperwork themselves, did not even notice it. And someone who's like supposedly of less qualification because they're not a doctor noticed it. But then again, the hospital around here is notorious
Samu
for...
Wraith says, "It's ridiculous. I'm like, your mom's condition is serious."
Yeah. But it was a school zone, and there were school buses and all that kind of shit. But the road that the buses were on, there's not like houses or anything, so people don't live down that little stretch. So there's no need that the buses were actually going to pull off and stop and have a kid get out or anything. And I knew that. But yeah, I could have handled that differently. I mean, they could have actually a separate road
Samu
or
Wraith
whatever
says,
for that.
"It's not like you were hitting people, geez."
I know, right? But I have to remember to turn on my emergency lights. I don't know. I get so tired of like, certain things like that. It's like the night I was racing to Walmart to get some ice cream or whatever. And the red light system was on yellow on my side. I went through it.
Samu Wraith says, "Hell could have just blared your horn."
Yeah. Well, I went through the yellow, almost turning red, and a car pulled out kind of behind me or whatever. Then here come a cop. Okay. Pulled me over. Said, you just went through a red light and almost hit somebody. Do you understand how serious that could have been? I'm thinking, starting to yell at me. What the fuck, man? Calm down. And I said that light was red back there, and he thought that I said that's a red light back there. That's how he jotted it down in his police notes, at least. And he like gave me a ticket and said, "Here, you go to court or pay the fine," kind of thing or whatever. And I didn't want to like have to go
Samu
to a
Wraith
damn
says,
court.
"It's a yellow, holy crap."
Yeah, but it was on the verge of turning. It was yellow, about to turn red. I know you're supposed to slow down during those, but I wasn't speeding. I just went through it, normal speed. And he just jumped the fucking gun because the light changed right then instantly. And he said, "Why didn't you pull over immediately wherever I needed you to pull over?" And I said, "Because I thought that since that area back there was dark and right here has an actual street light or whatever, it's better to be in full visible view other than a dark situation where anything could happen." He says, "Uh-huh." So then, and this was like right after I had lost my job at Family Dollar and everything too.
Murdoch says, "That's when you say, something is wrong with the front of my car, and when he goes to go look at it you slam on the gas." Murdoch says, Drive laughing.
Drive laughing. Laugh like the
Samurai
Joker.
says, so dumb so many people go through on yellows.
Yeah. So, it was right during the time where I was transitioning between not having a job at Family Dollar and then having one, or putting an application in for Dollar General. So, at the time, whenever I got the ticket, the officer was actually looking for me, and he had heard that I worked at the dollar store. Well, that can have so many representations. There's like 3 different stores that can be known as the dollar store around my area. There's like a Dollar Tree, a Family Dollar, a Dollar General. So a lot of people just call them dollar stores, even though they're not dollar stores. And so he goes to the Dollar General looking for me. And you can imagine a cop going in looking for a specific person by name. So it's making them wonder what the hell did they do to get in trouble with the law that we're about to hire this person, you know? So they asked me about it whenever I went back up there because they called me for me to come up there because the cop had shown up. And they wanted to know why, if it was something serious because of my application. And I said, no, it's because I ran a yellow light and I'm supposed to go to court or whatever like that, and either pay the fine. And I said I'm going to just pay the fine because I don't care about going to damn court. It's not to plead guilty. I just don't care about going to court. And they said, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. So he was looking or whatever, and then he found like my mom where she worked at her store. He found out she worked where she worked, and he went to talk to her about trying to find me to tell me about the court date or whatever like that. And she said, oh, he already paid that. And the guy was like, he did? She's like, yeah, he just didn't want to go to court. He goes, oh, okay. But some of them can be just so, like, controlling in a way. Instead of, like, being friendly, it's like they let that authority go to their head, you know. And be knocked down a notch or some shit.
Samuraith says, snotty.
Yeah. It's just so stupid. It's like when I got pulled over for speeding at this area. Gonna be hard to describe it without letting you know exactly where, but it's a 4-lane where actually close to where I hit the deer.
Murdoch
that time.
says, his name isn't Scotty, it's Snotty.
Snotty.
Murdoch says, Snotty Scotty.
Snotty Scotty sat on the potty. There was a dude that went to my school named Scotty.
Samuraith says, I usually say yes sir no sir with them, they start being mean, then I'm like what the hell.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Like, I'll say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. But then they get all like authoritative and shit like that, and you're like, what the fuck? But I had gotten pulled over because, you know, whenever you're in a group of like a pack of people and you're driving the same speed they are, and then a cop shows up and you like slow down because you're going to slow down because there's a cop. Well, they pull you over because you slowed down and everybody else got away, you know, kind of shit. So I pulled over. I was going 5 miles over the speed limit. And the guy said, license, registration, proof of insurance, please. Do you know why I'm pulling you over? Because you went 5 miles over speed limit right here, and there's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, uh-huh. I said, yes, sir. I realized I was going over the speed limit. He goes, well, let me have your license, then. I gave my license and insurance stuff. He goes back to his car. I'm sitting there waiting, you know, and I'm getting later for work and later for work as it goes. And he finally comes back and says, here's like the, you know, what I wrote you up for, whatever. You can appeal it, blah, 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 whatever like that. And like, and pay a fine or something here or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. And I went to work, and they were like, why were you late? And it's like, I got pulled over for speeding 5 minutes over, or 5 miles over the speed limit. And they're like, are you serious? Just 5 miles? I'm like, yeah. So, the day came to where I needed to either, like, you know, you go to court or pay the fine thing. So I was like, I'm going to pay the fine. So I went to their precinct that they had in this little punk dope town or whatever
Samurai
that I had
says,
to go through.
That's so idiotic.
And the fine was like $200. I go in there, and the cop that's the only one there says that they could make it so if I went ahead and paid the fine directly to them instead of through the court system, that they could not put it down on my insurance or something and not document it so that it doesn't appear on insurance. And I'm like, really? Okay. We'll do that then. So it didn't make my insurance go up. However, not documenting it sounds like they were pocketing the cash themselves and writing it down as if it was done already. And that was a bit funky to me. So I paid it, whatever. Nothing more came of it. $200. So I don't think that I was actually in the wrong for going 5 miles over, because everybody speeds through like a straightaway through that area. There's no need to go slow. There's no houses. It's not residential. The speed limit was 45. I was going 50. But I was only going 50 because as you get out of the 4-lane and it transitions to a different highway, the speed changes from 45 to 55.
Samuraith says, 5 miles and 200, that sounds a bit extreme.
Exactly. But did it anyway. And then I found out like a year later that from a different cop, from a cop in the city that I worked at the Dollar General, he said, well, you know, that area there in the 4-lane, only 3 of those lanes go to one city, and the other lane belongs to that actual town of the cop that pulled you over. And he said, were you in this lane, a particular lane? I said, no. And he says, well, he had no right to actually pull you over because there's like an agreement or something with the city that's right next to it. Because it's one city that is connected to a town, so you kind of go through both of them at the same time, and there's no like way of knowing which one unless you just know. And one road belongs to, or of the 4-lane, one lane belongs to this town. The other 3 belong to the city. So he had no right to actually pull me over. I did not know that until it was after the fact, and so I was thinking about bringing it back up and, you know, getting a hold of whoever or whatever because of it, and found out that the cop no longer worked at the department, that the department was under new whatever management or some shit like that. So none of the documentation from the previous like pullovers or anything like that existed. I'm like, yeah, corrupt shit my ass right there. So it's like it's as if it never happened, and yet I'm out $200, basically. It was something to do with like, since there's a business, I'm not going to say what kind of business because it'll narrow down exactly where I'm at, so I'm not going to do that. But there's a business that runs almost the length of the area.
Says, oh, so he doesn't work there no more. Well, that means you see him on the street, you can just say hi, LOL.
Hi there, bitch. Yeah, apparently that whole precinct, who consisted of 3 people, which was the sergeant and 2 other cops or some shit like that, no longer worked for that department.
Shut the fuck up!
So, yeah. But this business that runs the complete straightaway or whatever, since it belonged to the city,
says, nope, not gonna command, haha.
Since it belonged to the city which was next to this town, that's why they could claim that these 3 lanes belong to them, and the other the town that only has the 1 lane is not in jurisdiction because of it. So yeah, but I'm always weary about going down through that area anymore, though, because even though the speed limit's 45 and everybody passes me up, I stick to 45. I put my foot down a certain way to where my speedometer says 45 miles an hour no matter what. I'm not about to get fucking pulled over again for bullshit. That's where I'm very weary, and that's when I used to work at the other store.
Shut up, Wesley.
It was a longer drive, and there's more more shit that can happen when you have a longer drive.
Samu Wraith says, yet I know one town like that 3 miles over they'll pull you over.
Yeah, they're really super strict about bullshit. Hell, there was a some sort of a thing, like a Facebook page about the town that and they were talking about how corrupt the cops were. And how they're like fining people for things that aren't even like finable things or some shit. It's so stupid. But when a town is pretty much falling apart due to drugs,
Son of a bitch!
drugs and people leaving and things like that, and complaining about cops not serving and protecting, then I guess they gotta like find a way to make money off of you. Hell, there's a town maybe 5 miles away from the town that I worked in at a Dollar General, and they were having like mayor elections or something, like, you know, it was like 10 years ago or something.
Samu Wraith says,
And
yeah they do, or it's some podunk town with nothing in it acre.
yeah. This mayor
Samu
guy.
Wraith says, Scorp DNU Google.
Damn it, you Google. This mayor guy that was wanting to get reelected was kind of shady, and people didn't want to vote for him anymore. So the town preacher would visit houses, like each house or whatever, and wonder why, and like question the people why they weren't voting for him, and suggest to them it'd be a good idea if they did. So like kind of like strong arming the people to vote for the mayor again. And I'm thinking a preacher, right? What the fuck? Needless to say, that mayor did not get reelected, but I just thought it was kind of wild, because he was bad about like it was in like the local news and the papers and things like that they were siphoning money out of like the city something or whatever to pay for personal shit or some shit or whatever, and changing the books around or whatever.
Samu Wraith says, he's getting all political, not a preacher. I'd go see if he's like that.
Right. But then, like, they had another mayor that took the job
Just
after
Paul
that one.
McCower says, I think churches who openly endorse a politician should lose their tax status.
Right. Exactly. But the mayor that took over from that, like a year later, she herself was in the paper for
Beavis,
fraudulently.
they put us in this rocket thing for one reason: to score with Serena. It's gonna be one giant leap for our schlongs.
Yeah, for all mankind.
Hello, Darth Dragonborn 107. How are you doing, man?
I am Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole.
WLA.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, doing good.
Doing good.
Paranoid that he was going to lose his job, Dr. Sam Beckett jumped off in the quantum leap accelerator of this a fucking fear. He woke up with a migraine, talking out of his mind like he was crazy or some shit. Saying things that didn't make a damn bit of sense. His only buddy that would listen to him was Al, an imaginary friend he would go out and get drunk with that would appear in hallucinations that Sam could only see and hear. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself unemployed looking for a job, searching for work wherever he can. And hoping each time that his next paycheck won't be the last one.
Damn, I wish I could play the rest of that. It's a court mallet coming down and the guy saying shut the fuck up, and I did have the WB ending where it go dun, 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 dun,
Shut up,
dun,
Wesley.
dun. But it always gets copyright claimed on YouTube every time I use that sound. Yeah, I was telling Riz on Discord that or I showed actually a screenshot of it. The Carlin thing from yesterday actually did get copyright claimed or whatever. Not strike, but claim. Which means if you have a claim, you do not get monetization for that video. Someone else does every time that the video plays. But my videos don't get monetization stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just a claim, so it's not a strike on the account. It's just so weird that just a little bit of a sound clip like that can trigger that shit. I always got to thinking, like, what if you had a sound clip or audio to where someone mimicked someone else to sound almost identical? Would they then, like, would the other person get the, monetization for it, or / not copyright or whatever? It's almost like someone
Just
covering
Paul
a song.
McCower says, if the video is claimed it gets monetized, just not by you.
Ah, okay.
Look at that happy banana down there. I hope he gets fucked up. I hope he gets peeled.
I love how that escalates, that sound.
Just Call McCower says, what you need to do is start every stream with 2 competing claims, because if a video gets multiple claims, nobody gets any ad revenue.
Really? That would be funny. Play like 3 in a row or whatever of something every time. Is that true though? I should try that. Because you can like upload anything and try stuff out first.
Just Call McCower says, yes.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Competing claims. It just makes me think about a bunch of like tens of thousands of lawyers all sitting in a circle in a courtroom complaining that they need
Sam Wraith
monetization.
says, Judas is such a large treasure of commands, Scorp just begging to be clipped.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. If you watch a lot of his stuff and you see things that I would need, just jot down the time code and what video it is, and I can go right to it. Oh, shit. I barely slept last night because kept expecting to...
BATT3MPIRE says, howdy peeps.
Howdy.
Hokos we doin'? I'm having a break from Stowe today. 19 HRS straight yesterday was a bit much.
Holy shit.
Samu Wraith says, I'm going to do that here on and hit you up on Discord.
Hit me up on Discord. Slap me in the air. What? Huh? Who? What? Where? When? How did it happen?
Just Call McCower says, I think we need less Judas clips.
Judas? I don't want to offend, like upset him by having too many. You know how you like you pick on someone or whatever, you ag them on over and over and over, and having too much of that and playing it too much, and then they're like, okay, that's enough, you know. Then you make them mad by not getting rid of it or having too many more. I mean, some of them are funny and stuff like that, but
Samu
what
Wraith
if you go
says,
too far?
at Just Call McCower why?
We need to have some Tyrone clips. There's just something about Mary. There's just something about can I do without. There's just something about Mary. Fucking shit. Well, at least the dog has stopped barking because of the damn heat cycle that's been going on in this house for the past week. I wasn't sleeping because of that, and last night you get no damn sleep because of the other shit. What the fuck? dog being in heat inside the house in a cage, and the male dog standing right next to that cage in the next room over, just
Call
yap,
Makover
yap,
says,
yap, yap.
because I think stuff like that should be unique to the streamer, and though there are no issues now, tomorrow could change that and Judas might have a problem with them.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have his sounds all like in a folder. So, if there's ever a need or whatever, I could just remove the folder. And it wouldn't play the sounds anymore. I mean, yeah, like, that's a good point. I mean, he could be okay with it now, and then, like, who's to say, he's like, hey, please stop playing those or whatever, you know, because of reasons. And, like, okay, you know, and then have to just get rid of them. And it is, you know, it's him. So it's almost like playing it off as a joke or whatever about him, and I don't want
Samu Wraith says, well, there's only, 20 or 25, it's not a big thing.
I forget how many. But he is entertaining, though. I'll give him that. And he plays game. He loves playing the games. He make you laugh. I laugh every damn time. I've fallen out of my chair, literally laughing, and that's not a lie.
Just Call Makover says, he plays gay. Samu Wraith says,
Plays
he's
games.
incredibly entertaining.
Yeah. And he entertains the audience. That's one thing I like, too. It's really pretty awesome. And tomorrow night, he and Riz are supposed to play TIFOs or TFOs in Star Trek Online together for about like maybe an hour or so. So that should be cool to watch. See if he's still got the toe touch or the stow touch. You got the touch. You got the power.
Samu Wraith says, like I said the other day, I busted out laughing out loud some of his stuff.
Yes. It's spontaneous, and that's what's funny. And I think it was like a random raid one day. That's all it took. Because I was streaming and was going to raid someone, and I saw Judas Descartes, and I was like, I wonder. So I raided his channel and stuff and stuck around in there for a while and things like that, and had to leave out.
Samu Wraith says, Core, I don't see him complaining. Guess he could someday, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too, but you never know. And then like he got like affiliate because of me raiding him, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? I raided him with like me and somebody else or whatever, and maybe a few others. And yeah, I followed him like immediately whenever I joined that channel because it made me laugh so damn much.
Samu Wraith says, he's so down to earth, nice guy.
Yeah, I agree. You should play Apex Legends with him then, because since it's cross-compatible, you can play it on PlayStation and play with him. I suck at those games. You know, like, that's one of the reasons I don't play them. Like, I played with him like one time, but I don't want to. If I played it again, and since I suck so damn much, I don't want to like bring the team down and make everyone mad at me. So I choose not to because I suck. And the game is so good, so fast. There's so much stuff you can do in that thing to like run around, sliding, and there's that wheel of weapon stuff and
Samu
healing.
Wraith says, LOL, I suck at those games too. I mean, I play Destiny, but that's so sweaty I'd just lose.
Yeah, I just can't. I cannot. If I get one kill on anybody in any kind of first-person shooter game, that's luck. I mean, hell, I used to play like like Halo, Combat Evolved, Custom Edition, even tried Halo 2 one time. Halo 3, I never got a damn shot off. Of course, then I had a bad internet too, so that was a lot of it. But
Just Call Makover says, anyone can be a down-to-earth nice guy until one day Jason's dick is front and center on your YouTube channel. Just saying. People's mood can change quick.
That's right.
Not saying to actually take them down, just saying why I don't think it is a great idea.
Right. Yeah, I'm such a dick. I'm such a dick. Vengeful dick, too. I so apologize for that. You've held a grudge ever since, haven't you? Secretly trying to do away with everything I own. Jason's dick. I wonder if I could do that on here. If Twitch would get mad if I if I put that clip on here to play. Because I still have it.
Murdoch says, and this is not the Mr. Nice Guy Judas channel, this the asshole Scorp channel.
That's right, I'm an asshole.
Just Call Makover says, not really. Like I said. Thought it was funny as hell, but I did rush fast as hell to delete and figure out how it happened and disable it from happening again.
Well, yeah, that was like, I don't know why YouTube even had that ability to like upload through a SMS message on a phone. Like if you had the video, any kind of video that was within reason or something size on your phone back then, because this was what? Way a long time ago. You could SMSs.
Says, I mean, just
upload.
Call Makover Scorp could have secret commands of you, and one day you decide hell no, take them down anytime. So I'm guessing be careful clipping anyone that what you're saying.
Well, from some experience to someone else that Core and I both know, yeah, it could get people pissed off. But I swear I don't mean to do that. It just happens sometimes. The making someone look retarded thing, or making them a different race and giving them a Facebook page, which is still there too to this day. And it keeps getting likes. I don't know how. I don't even know if I can log into it or page it or some shit like that, but it's still out there. I think it's locked off from like public view now because they changed some shit in Facebook to where you had to complete more stuff to get it going again. I am an evil person. I deserve to go to hell. That's for sure. I just wonder if like, because the place that I got it from was YouTube, the whole Jason thing. Anyway.
Samu Wraith says, hell, I made a Trizender alien character. He's not yelled saying change it. Just another example.
Yeah, I mean that's out of respect for Trizander or Trizander. I don't know, how does he like to have his name said? Is it Triz or Tri?
Murdoch says, I wish I had a whole new season of Star Wars to watch.
I have yet to watch Andor at all. I had planned on starting to watch some of it today, but I had to go to work. It's ready to watch, but yeah.
Samu Wraith says, Triz Scorp. Just Call Makover says, just watch Chucky instead. It's better than Star Wars. Murdoch says, you will like Ender methinks.
Well, speaking of Chucky, the latest episode, they went back a little ways there and brought something to the
Murdoch
table that I
says,
wasn't expecting.
It's a slower pace but makes up in ambience.
Yeah. Hell, just find some Mandalorian armor or whatever and wear it around out in the real world, and there's your Star Wars, right? I really like the Mandalorian armor. That shit's tight. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Speaking of that, isn't it like around December, whenever they were supposed to release more Mandalorian, like this year, right? Or is it next year? I hope it's this year. I don't want to have to wait, damn it. I thought we already waited by not having it last year. Because we had Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett. Okay, Boba Fett. Shit. I am Boba Fett. Okay, damn it.
Samu Wraith says, I got the Tehran Emperor outfit, put my own spin on it.
Nice. That's what they need in this game, is more customization of the tailor's option or whatever.
Just Call Makor says, February 2023.
Damn it, everything's coming in February. It's sad. It's so sad. The last 7 episodes of The Flash, which this year is supposed to be like the shortest season, which doesn't hurt my feelings because I just want to have something to watch instead of like waiting for something to watch. Because The Flash ended for me years ago.
Samu Wraith says, I want to see the Ashoka series.
Ahsoka? Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I've never seen Clone Wars though, or whatever it is that she's in. The not cartoon but animation. Even with what's her name? Other Mandalorian chick or red hair. Is that worth watching first before watching Ahsoka? I think. I mean, we don't know what the story is going to be for Ahsoka, do we? So, I mean, I guess it would be worth watching that before watching the series that's going to come out.
Murdoch says, Zone Wars.
Zone Wars? The Twilight Zone. I can't get the Jason penis thing out of my head right now. If I had made it a command where it just kind of pops out and he's like huffing and puffing and you hear a girl going, no, 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 and the grate shuts on her face. I gotta find that and link to it. Keep going. You're a third of the way there. Man, Sabotage is so awesome. Ow. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube real quick. Oh man, that chops off my framework. Something fierce. I can't find that real quick. Shit. Okay, I'll just link to it later. It's the end of the world and we know it. Well, the drunk guy that left his $20 the other day still hasn't returned to the store to come get it. 6 o'clock TV hour. It is two. It is two. Buscando mañana, Ricardo.
Murdoch says, check out this game I found called Infinity Battlescape. It's a cool spaceship battle game.
You get to
Murdoch
customize your
says,
ship?
https://www.youtube.com/watch. V equals 8 fa_n_grui and T equals 197s.
197 seconds. You've been watching that for a little bit, hadn't you? It's the end of the world and we know it. And I feel fine.
Murdoch says, yes, it has good reviews. I'm going to pick it up.
check it out and see how it is, yo. You know what game I miss? Space Engineers. Wish that was a cross-compatible game. Ugh. I played Space Engineers, but I played The Ground, and it still got hit by asteroids, that motherfucker. So I turned off the asteroids that came after your
Samuraith
ass.
says, sounds cool, but I'm saving for ships on here, Murdochs.
Do 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 do. And how much have you got saved for your ships you want to get? Running.
Murdoch says, I bought all those ships already.
That's right, damn it. Murdoch, have you watched the Trizander, what was it? The podcasty thing they had the other night? I have yet to watch
Murdoch
all of it.
says, I own Evertying in Stowe, World of Warships, World of Tanks, Ward Hunter, and Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. Star.
Murdoch says, I could have bought a new car. Damn, oh well, too late for that.
That's right. You just have to use that one car you got already. Dun, 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 dun. Dude, I so would love to get that model kit. I need to do something with the model kits of the models I have of Kit. Because I had
Murdoch
this
says,
plan.
what did you ask me?
Trizander had a his stream the other night. What night? Whenever he had the podcast, he had like MC
Samuraith
Stu
says,
and everybody
at
was
Murdoch's
there.
I'm weighed down by bills, so have to save for everything. I have close to 2,000 Zen.
They talked about the game and stuff like that, about you know, the future of the game and like what kind of stuff, whatever. It was, I didn't watch all of it, so I don't really know exactly what all they talked about, but the point matters of things they talked about are supposedly, like, you know, really like worth watching or something. Riz told me I should watch it, and I haven't yet, so I just wondered if you have watched it. I only caught the last 10-20 minutes of the whole thing, and it was like they were talking about like the possibility of Stowe 2, the leaving of one of the other people that's going to
Murdoch
a different
says,
product.
I haven't but would like to.
Somebody else who's on the design team or whatever for Stowe is being moved to a different department.
Murdoch
Encrypted.
says, can someone link it? Samuraith
If I can
says,
get on there.
I watched it, Scorp.
You did? Okay, well you would know a lot more about what they talked about then. But it was really interesting stuff, according to like Riz and someone else. So I think someone else. I can't remember who I've talked to about that. But it was mostly just fans talking, not really anybody talking, you know. Like they're supposedly like
Murdoch
if
says,
it's possible.
the only problem I have with Stowe 2 is they will just end up reselling every single ship I have already bought, and I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about like the possibilities of
Samuraith
why.
says, it's on his back history, so can still watch the rerun. You have 14 days, think till it goes away.
Yeah, it's the automatic 14 that it comes and goes on. Riz linked it in here the other day, I think. But they were just kind of sitting around talking about it, like what it could mean for them to take another dev person, since one of them just quit or whatever, and then now this one's being moved to a different department in Cryptic, away from Star Trek. You know, like who's going to take over and what's that going to mean for the game and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like got a lot of people wondering, and I guess maybe even worried about the future of the game. Because they're projecting that, and this just comes from fans, you know, that there's probably going to be maybe 5 years of life left in this game, or they could just shut it down tomorrow type thing, you know. And that would be very bad.
Samuraith says, yeah, people speculating Stowe being put on more or less maintenance mode, but truth no one knows.
Exactly, yeah. Because, you know, always seem to be getting is what they were talking about. One of the factors of the part that I picked up on was they keep just like redressing ships or something, or little things here and there, nothing like grand scale, like, you know, more missions that actually give you something worthwhile. You know, it's always like the same things and just various different smaller things of this or that, and nothing really new, you know. It's like they've just kind of ran out of what they're going to do. But then again, you got to think about the small team that they have of the people that are still there and their ability to actually do stuff. I mean, would you want a pretty looking ship, or do you want content like story missions? And then the guy that he had a cat avatar. I can't remember who he was, but he was talking about like or somebody was about the possibility of them turning the game into like an offline mode game too. You know, if the game ever like just stopped, because it still has a good playability as far as story missions. If you wanted to play a solo version of the game that doesn't require two people or a community to actually play with. Now, I think that'd be a pretty interesting idea if they did that. Because I've always thought about that. What if you couldn't log in one day to the game on console or PC, but you wanted to play a story mission to get the rewards from that at least, or some experience? You should still be able to do that without being online. And that would be a pretty cool thing if they, you know, did that. Because I like to repeat myself and sound sophisticated. But could you imagine what they probably have to do to go through the game to turn it into like an offline mode or whatever? Probably a lot of spaghetti code patching. The way the game already is. But it could be like a... Because what if... Okay, yeah, some people get on here to play community stuff, but some people get on here just because they like Star Trek and they like to play by themselves, but they have to, kind of like they're forced to be with other people. And so what if you could have the game both ways? You know, alternative methods to getting things versus having to be in TFOs with other people. You can just solo things that are supposed to be with like 4 or 5 people. Like, what is it, like on Defira, the battle zone for the Borg, there's the underground shaft area that you can get on there, and depending on the group size is like depends on where you can go in the map. And but that's locked off if you're by yourself and you can't get anybody to join up with you. So what if you'd be able to do that as a one-person job, you know? Have a difficulty level that is decreased to where one person can actually do the thing themselves. There's so much potential for a Star Trek game, and what they could do with the universe, but they haven't done. What was it? Someone was mentioning they could have like a first-person battle mode in the ship. You know, like if you're on your bridge and giving orders there and like actually seeing the battle happen on your screen. Like how cool that would be. Like more ship involvement, you know, interior ship involvement, because they kind of just gave up that whole thing, you know. That's why they're not making bridges anymore unless it's a reference on a show or for a for like a story mission or something. And that to me, like, even though the ships themselves may look immaculate from space or anything like that, well, the interior's just as, you know, can be just as impressive. You know, I like to go in the interior of my ships. Hell, I've been doing that the past few streams, going in there, just running around and going to the crew deck and using the bank there, and just the ambience of being in there is pretty awesome, you know, of a ship. And then you have these legendary ships that barely have a bridge. They just have a bridge and no stations. Or they'll have a mock-up hallway that doesn't mean anything. so much beauty can be put into this game, other than just new ships that don't exist in Star Trek at all. Like freaky looking weird shit, you know. Faruqi, there's Farik, whatever they are. The gas guzzlers, I call them. They got flames and shit. I have yet to see a lot of people using those ships. And yes, I haven't been playing this game as long as everybody else, and I don't space battle a lot, but I just don't see the Faruqi or whatever
says,
ships out there.
Personally, I don't mind if they did sell the ships again as long as it wasn't copies. Gives us more for them if they're going to do that. Better consoles, additional perks, color options, and the purchase of additional skins, insignias, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, they could put like the ships in there, like, you know, say the legendary bundle. Put them in there as individuals. You know, what if you don't want to get every damn ship and you just want one of the certain ones instead of like an offshoot of one that's almost like it, you know? For instance, like me, whenever I started up with my now main character, I was wanting to get the best version of a TOS Enterprise Constitution class that I could get. And at the time, that was the Temporal Light Cruiser. But then they came up with Legendary, and I'm thinking, oh man, that's so awesome. But it comes with the bundle, where you have to like get every damn ship
says,
just to get it.
Or say, hey, you can keep your ship, but there's additional stuff you can get. You can grind or buy material to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like where you get the good tier 6 ship, but you can unlock features of it. You know, that could work. You know, like dilithium unlocks, or research and development unlocks, purchase unlocks through the Zen store. That would be kind of cool. You know, just go ahead and give you that ship, but you get to work on things, and say like whatever you purchase also becomes physically available in the interior of the ship as like a new station, a new area. You know, like what if you have like go to engineering, and when you first start out on the ship, you get the basic engineering, which is like one little console here, and the warp core is over here, and you gradually populate your engineering with all the stuff that works together and configure it and whatever like that. That would be kind of cool.
Samuraith says, add more depth. I mean, heck dude, the game's a decade old. There's so much to add to the game they could do. Heck, even color your phasers and torpedoes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like me in a way, because there's so much Star Trek that they haven't tapped into in this Star Trek game. You know, they've only gone for like the beauty and the consoles and making up consoles that don't exist and all that stuff. But there's more to, like what was it? Trezander was talking about, like discoverable areas or whatever, which is a good idea. Like make it so you actually do this discovering things and strange new stuff or whatever part of it, like missions that are somewhat smaller, but they're discovery missions where you actually go there and you do something, you know, instead of fighting an enemy all the damn time. That was one of the things they brought up too when they were talking about that, and I think that's a damn good idea. You know, hell, have it like a random generator type thing to where you have like up to 200 different ways of discovering something, and depending on what you choose, that's how it factors in, you know. Like if you choose to go down the left side or whatever, this can happen, you know, or give it a find your fate type thing where you actually discover something and you can log it.
Says, everyone's freaking out. Obnosto 2, they'll take things away from us, but people aren't thinking the other side of the spectrum. What if they didn't?
Yeah. What if they just added on to this game and upgraded it to Star Trek 2? You know, they could do that. It would take a lot of rework, but they wouldn't have to like start from scratch. I mean, it's already a decent game as is, with or without the you know, little bit of flaws of, you know, things that are weird, but they could totally like revamp it or whatever. And but that also requires people to do that, you know. They would have to have a team of more than what they have now to completely go in and fix things or whatever and change things up and expand. Like my whole thing was, I wish that they would expand the galaxy to maybe make it 1-to-1 ratio, where, you know, whenever you're like in space and you're just traveling to different areas or whatever, the planets are so tiny, the sun and stuff like that are so small, you know, and you're zooming by at warp whatever.
Murdoch says, they have been living off the fat of lockboxes. They are fat and lazy now. Doubt they will do anything ever.
Right. And what sucks is, like, since Star
Samuel
Trek
says, add more meaning to being a tech engineer or science. Heck, even add additional specializations and class choices.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, yes, you have your tech, engineer, science, but of that you have your different versions, you know, like science could be medical, science could actually be science. Tactical has various different tacticals, engineer different, you know. But they have it just classified as 3 things only that are kind of intermixed together. Like, you know, you can have a science officer that does the hypo needle stuff, does the healing part, and also does the actual science, you know. And I think they should narrow it down to, like, if you like choose your like a bridge officer's profession, say as a medical doctor, they only have access to medical science, you know. That would be kind of cool. Hell, if fans could work on it without worrying about lawsuits, copyright shit here and there, making their own version of something that is based off Star Trek and not get hit with, like, infringing, to, like, maybe a concept of what people would like it to be, you know. But then again, yeah, it's like Murdoch is saying, if they're fat and lazy, I doubt they do anything new. They've gotten too used to doing this kind of rhythm of things, like just making new ships, making new lock boxes, tweaking consoles and claiming they're new or whatever, instead of actually coming out with new content that would be worth your while, kind of thing. I mean, there's just so much of Star Trek, you know. We've got decades and decades of stuff that can be used. Hell, bring Barclay in there and let's have one of those weird things where he tries to take over the ship or some shit. I don't know. You know, like in TNG. I don't know. I'm just ranting, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, I liked it. The early years of me playing this, even though it wasn't as early as the people that first started, it's like there was something more about the game then. Like, you could do so much more, and it was more mysterious and stuff, and it's like it's just gotten into this rhythm of doing the same thing, and you grind, but you don't really get, like, a payoff for it or whatever. But like there's certain missions that are early on that are no longer in the game. Well, I guess they probably still are. They're just kind of turned off, maybe, but that were pretty awesome storylines that I thought. And even when the Foundry was out, people could create their own missions that were very, very interesting. Very interesting. And you'd be able to play them and read the dialogue that these people came up with, and they would last
says,
like an hour.
We're going off past history. Murdoch's that's cryptic by itself. Now they additional backing here. We don't know what's going on. I see so many naysayers here only thinking their history of cryptic instead of saying let's start getting back to sending them feedback saying look, we love Stowe, we want to really help. If you don't have the help, let's get with you. Kale, well, sign our names online, vids, send petitions to Gearbox and so on. Say hey, we love this franchise, we want you to add so much.
And what was
more.
that? There was something the dude that didn't have a video, his picture wasn't there, but his square was there on Trizander's stream. He had said something about Kale, and they kind of like shrugged it off as like an insult type thing or whatever. I can't remember what they were talking about, but you know, like his job or whatever. But he can only do what they tell him anyway. I mean, he's the community manager. Well, if you're a community manager, get on the damn forums and manage that community, you know, instead of letting people ban people for asking questions. It makes sense. But
Murdoch says, sure, I think instead though they will be working on the new Spock Anal Delight Mind Meld online sessions.
Spock's anal mind meld. What is it, like cheek to cheek kind of thing, or what?
I want a good, clean fight.
A good clean fight. But yeah, the stuff they brought up on Triz's stream is very interesting. Of what I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing. It's like 2 hours and something long, but I came in at the last 10 to 20 minutes of it because I had gotten done streaming and did a few things like on my computer that needed to get done, and then was bored and couldn't sleep, so I thought, okay. Then I jumped on and I saw Triz was streaming on YouTube, and I was like, oh, he's on YouTube. That's weird. Live. I didn't know he did a multi-stream. I stream out to 2 platforms at once. I didn't know that. I thought Twitch didn't like that. Something in their like documentation that you're not supposed to, or some shit. I forget. Damn it! Did
Murdoch
I capture?
says,
Sure did.
But it's just people guessing or wishing and dreaming, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't Cryptic saying this is what we are thinking.
That's very yeah, exactly. It was just content creators, that mostly the streamers and a few others or whatever, just on a Zoom call with each other, podcast, whatever, talking about things. And that was basically it. So to you it may not be worth watching since it wasn't Cryptic talking or anybody from Cryptic at all. But it's fans that play the game, you know, that have concerns and stuff, and I think that's worth looking into.
Samu Wraith says, TRIZ made the suggestion of hey, sell us the skins of ships, well, buy extras when we can afford it, like upgrade it to tier 6, buy the trait, so forth.
That would be yes, that's a good idea. Like if you start out with a trait 1 ship, upgrade that shit. That'd be nice, instead of like coming out with a brand new ship to have to get or whatever. Purchase the ability to upgrade it to whatever you want it to be. But that'd be like spaghetti coding the game again and having to tweak things here or there, like the user interfaces. And who was it before? It was like a different team of people who originally created a lot of the game and then left or got fired or whatever from Star Trek Online, and then the other people took over, and that's the people that are there kind of now or whatever. And they don't know how most of the code works or something. So instead of like removing things a certain way, whenever they tweak something, it kills this or that, and they're not
Murdoch
really
says,
aware of it.
It's true. In order to compete with the new games coming out next year, STO needs a new game engine and some serious development.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of behind on a lot of things, but then again, it's over 10 years
Murdoch
old.
says, all of the original engineers are gone.
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. It's like a lot of people who are working on it now probably don't understand
Murdoch says,
the ideas
so
of people.
basically they have just been tweaking an old ghost ship.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of the stuff they don't know, so they either turn it off or they tweak it to where it breaks and they have to not use it until they figure something out.
Samu Wraith says, maybe that's what's happening, they're restructuring Gearbox for STO.
It's like when I see
Hail
the
Chimera says, at Murdoch's won't happen, devs have made it clear too much hard work, so they aren't doing it.
Yeah, too much work. That's the word there. It's going to be work to have to do it, and they don't want to have to do that. I'm kidding.
Murdoch says, I know, that was my original sentiment.
But like even looking at over the years what they've done with like bridge officers on here, you know, they've kind of added the captain only stuff to bridge officers that didn't exist years ago, you know. Like what is it that they've added? They've added an EV suit, which they did it to everybody. They've added like the upgrade ability to give your bridge officer, you know, the kit module or whatever. Well, is it that they just copy pasted the code and put it here and hope that it worked? You know, that's in my head, that's how it's playing out, even though it's probably not like that in the coding of the game, but it's like they've, you know.
Samu Wraith says, no, that's an old comment Cryptic made of financial suicide years and years ago. Things may have dramatically changes. Samu Wraith says, changed.
And the game has like been through so many like different people or organ, you know, whatever. What was it before? And then Perfect World got it, and now Gearbox has it, kind of situation. So there's going to be changes, you know, and I don't know. It's like Windows versions way back in the day. You know, you had like
Fuck you!
you had a certain version of Windows, and then all they would do is just tweak that version and release it as a new version, and then pack on bullshit on top of it until you've layered it with so much crap that it doesn't function like it's supposed to. Then, you know, Microsoft's answer to that was like, okay, well, we're just going to start from scratch and build a whole new operating system, and here comes Windows 10 and all that bullshit, you know. And what was it, like Windows 7 was the...
Shut the fuck up!
Okay then, damn. Consider my ass shut it up, it did the fuck. Puts the zipper on it. Dalek
Murdoch says, did you program those to play random?
No, that's from the sound player on the Twitch page.
Samu Wraith says, nope, Scorp isn't shutting up.
Shut the fuck up. Well, I think it's kind of funny though, because it, you know, it's not gonna keep me from talking. I mean,
Oh,
Murdoch says,
yeah, I added some, and I suppose so. There's supposed to be a text-to-speech one there that I know no one's gonna use.
Captain to Enterprise. Before I put you on the brig, there's a little something I owe you.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Consider that an order.
Did you enjoy it, Captain?
Believe me, Mr. Spock.
Samu Wraith
painful.
says, Bob
In
can be silent.
more ways than one.
Fascinating. Pure energy. Pure thought. Totally incorporeal. Not life as we know it at all.
Shut the fuck up!
I love it. I have like, I think 5 more spots or less that I can add free sounds to. But if you want more slots, you have to like pay to have them added or whatever. That's why I put some of them under the channel points area. I just like shifted some around this past, like, what is it, month? And then they upgraded the user interface for sound alerts too, so it's different.
Pale Chimera says, the devs have become so damn lazy it's not even funny. The only hard work they do is for either new lockbox ships or thinking up new bundles they can sell at overpriced margins.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of the stuff that they always talk about, the free time that some of the developers have, that they go in and they do things.
Shut the fuck up!
Here or there or whatever, but yeah. They brought that up
Samu
talking
Wraith
about it
says,
yesterday.
But yes, Corp, I agree. Don't think it's impossible for Stowe 2 if they get the help and are for real about it.
Yeah. I mean, they've got Gearbox.
Murdoch says,
now.
it cost bits to do text to speech. Scorp is a shrewd business person.
Yeah, it didn't have anything about like channel points for that. Only bits only. So I just put it there just to put it there to see if anybody ever really used it. I highly doubt it ever will. Because why use that when you've got it for free?
Dalek_Kurland says, I'd rather it not be cryptic.
Yeah, some other development, like toss it over to some other developer. We know Gearbox was behind the original Halo, so that's something.
Murdoch says, I think I accidentally spent bits but didn't put in a message. Oh well.
I didn't see anything come through. Because I think it would probably tell me. Yeah, there's no alert or anything for me.
Pale Chimera says, at Dalek_Kurland, how about EA?
But you don't have to take
or
my word
Ubisoft?
for it.
Samu Wraith says, Kurland, then truth here, I don't think Star Trek Online will be touched by anyone for at least 5 years. Samu Wraith says, at minimum.
I actually was looking at the screen and it says in purple text at the top right corner who's playing what. Does everybody else see that too? I didn't see it until I just now looked on Streamlabs.
Staying up late, getting drunk the night before, Dr. Sam Beckett suffered with a hangover.
Cryptic drops it. Murdoch says.
He woke up in the bathroom near the
Oh hell
toilet,
no.
facing the mess he had made last night, and driven by an unknown urge to hurl yet again. His only help during this agony was Al, a drinking buddy from his hometown who appeared to have passed out on Sam's couch, having drank many beer. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself drinking day and night, striving to get laid by a whore, and hoping each time that his next beer won't be his last.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. What's the point of doing text-to-speech when you can just do it there for free? Yeah. That is the point. Like, if someone sees that text-to-speech is being used all the time, I want to see if someone will actually try to use that one. But what I want to do for text-to-speech on here is make it so you can use any voice you choose. And because there's other voices that I can make it do or whatever, like depending if you want to or not. Say like a I can maybe type like a command called TTS and
Shut the fuck up!
have like
says, that would be cool.
Yeah, have like TTS and a name like Dave or whatever. And whatever you type after that would be the Dave voice instead of the default voice. And I do have it set that way. I have it sort of. I don't have it command-wise, but I have it where if you choose, I can make it so it's a different sound for your name. Like if you want to be a male voice, I could tell it via scripting to say, okay, this person's name is this,
Hail
they choose to
Chimera
use
says,
that.
Todd Howard could take over Stowe. Star Trek Online 15 times the detail.
No. Rim shot. No. We can have Elon Musk take it. He'll make it real. He'll send it to Mars. That's his next purchase, Star Trek Online.
Shut up, Wesley.
Murdoch
does
says,
that show up anywhere?
Ron Howard should take over Stowe.
Ron Howard. Oh my God. Well, you know his brother.
It's good to have land.
Yes, it's good to have land. Yes. Well, you know Ron Howard's brother was actually in an episode of the original series anyway, so Ron can always bring his brother in on the project.
Samu Wraith says, I'd like to that'd be like asking James Gunn here make Stowe won't be happening.
James Gunn. Could you imagine he can get his brother too? His brother played what's his name on Gilmore Girls? Did like all the odd jobs and shit.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
You missed the part where that's my problem, huh? Huh? Missed that part where that's my problem. Bully Maguire, available on DVD. There's some pretty cool shit out there for Tobey Maguire's Bully Maguire that people have created. It's so amazing. The YouTube poop. I love looking at that shit. It's funny as hell. Come on, people now.
Samu Wraith says, problem then just call Mako or make Stowe LOL.
I mean, you think of like how the game has come along. Like when it first started, you can only like choose one faction. Then they made it possible to choose Klingon faction. And they just started adding more stuff, you know.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
Damn, we're in a tight spot
Just
for the
Call
win.
Makower says, if I was in charge of Stowe I would make everyone mad.
Yeah, you'd end
Just
it right
Call
now.
Makower says, because I'd delete the servers.
Yeah. I think they're using like servers off of a different service. Like dumped them over to some other thing, and that's why they're like slower and shit.
Samu Wraith says, tight spot.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight
Dalek
spot.
underscore Kurland says, then they added a half faction, then a bunch of add-ons that they call factions.
Yeah. But it's like they're piggybacking off of stuff that's already there. They're just copy and pasting code at that point. And hoping it works without crashing something, and then they break something and they're like, oh shit, how do we fix it? Like, roll it back. Copy and paste. Damn, I didn't put a period in there. That's why it's broken. Coding can be kind of difficult to if you don't know. The whole idea of like programming anything is so that someone else would be able to read the code and understand what the coder is trying to accomplish. Now, in Star Trek Online, that's probably all over the place because there's like several different people who have over the years worked on this. I'm thinking of like commented out old code that they don't know how to get rid of, so they just like say, okay, well just don't run this part right now, but run this part of this, and that's why they call it spaghetti code, because there's so many
Wraith
people
says,
making
I just don't think any company will do Stowe. Folks don't want them doing it, and I just don't see no company stepping in.
Right. They need immediate assistance, Kermit the Frog. You go ahead, Sean. I'll get over here and warp out of the system real quick and go about my day. In my Starship Enterprise. They need to put the original warp sound in for the Constitution class. It was like... Spend perk points. What do we want to do for ground? Critical severity sounds good. Yeah. We'll try to build up some ground. 488. Okay, next in the lineup. GPL playing Dabo. Damn, I was already down that area too. Shit. Destroy Undine ships in Dyson battle
Just
zone.
Call Makower says, Constipation class is my favorite.
The Constipation class toilet prize. That's what I call it anyway. That's what this ship's all about.
Samu Wraith says, so many are like screw cryptic and I'm like practical option. Crickets chirping.
Crickets chirping in the night. Space. Yeah. Yeah. And then. Yeah. Scotty, are you about done in my quarters, sir?
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
At ease, mister.
Samu Wraith says, then I'll be your opposite and I can shoot further. Just call Makower. I am pissant, so step it up, lol.
Pisante. His name is Pisante. Pisante. That is so odd. Sometimes that the Dyson thing will be playing back like video footage of stuff too. Isn't that weird? Ground to shuttle. Shuttle to ground, whatever it is. The shuttle gets there faster than the ship does. Isn't that's so crazy? And then leave battle zone. You go right to your ship. It's as if like you come over there in your shuttle. He goes, phew, and your ship's like, hold on, let me get there. And boom, your ship's there. Such an easier way to do it. My Constipation class Enterprise. See, it's got a fart, a green fart, and it has a turd. with gravitational pull. My turret can pull things around, mister. That's why it's the Constipation Class USS Toilet Prize. NCC 1702. There's a dash in there as well, Captain. Damn it, wrong one, right? Shit, I could have done the Undine. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Damn it. I'm an idiot. Asshole. Idiot hole. Luckily for me, the Voth know I mean nothing against them. Alright, let's just travel over here then. La 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 la. Isn't it wild how like how tall your ship is on the game? Like this ship here. That's pretty much how tall my character is. They just like make you think that it's shorter. Have they added something to this? There seems to be red lights on the side at the top that I'm not aware of being there originally. They keep dressing up these ships a little bit more, and you never notice until it's too late. Like the back, I don't remember the back looking like that.
Just Call McCower says, Gary the Dingleberry is my favorite.
Gary the Dingleberry. Gary the Clean Can't. The Cling Off. Gary the Cling Off wins. Gary. Oh shit, they're doing the Voth battle, aren't they? Damn it. Defeat as many Voth as you can. I don't want to fight the Voth. It's the only one, too. I'm going to have to be forced to fight that fucking Voth. Shit. The
Voth are retreating.
Nice! We don't have to worry about it. Cool. Glad they're retreating. Came over here for nothing. Well, I've done my job. I'm glad I could be of assistance.
Just Call McCower says, Blue team has the flag.
Blue team has the flag. Do I have that sound? I thought I did. Shit, Is it the Halo announcer? Something. The only thing I don't like about the Halo monk chant is you can hear them taking a breath. And that throws me off every time, even when I'm playing the game. Let me see. Command search. Announcer? Okay. I know I got it on there somewhere because I was playing them like to hell and back one day. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Let's see. Flag? What the fuck ever. Okay. Damn it. Always wanted a Halo helmet. That's why I have a Pepakura one that I've never finished in my closet. Pepakura is so awesome. That's some pretty cool shit. The hell is that blasting to? It's just stopping midway. Space. The Dyson Sphere. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Toilet Prize. It's 5-second mission. To explore these caverns that no one cares about. To seek out new places to take a shit. To boldly lay as many women as... I just like the Constitution class. It's so pretty. So basic. Even though they've added like lines in the Aztec-y little patterny thing every so often, like a little bit here and there, but it's still pretty sweet. Space. And it's thrown together like a real model in real life. Nothing's attached, for reals, yo. 9 seconds. There needs to be a blinker system. Now, why is this side lit up and that side is not? This little red thing next to the green in the back end of this thing is lit up, but the other side isn't. It's like a reflector's going out or something. I'm missing a bulb here. What the fuck? Shit, fucker. Horse's ass. Martha Beverly Fokker. Pamela Beverly Fokker.
Just Call McCower says, Captain James P. Turd. Played by William Shathard.
James P. Turd. Of the Starship Enterprise.
You keep getting me killed. I thought you had my back. Oh, not again.
Samu Wraith says, at Just Call McCower Benjamin Piss so.
Okay. We're both too old for this kind of thing. All right, now you're overacting.
He's the Shat Man. Be-ba-ba-ba-da-bum. So that's scuba-dibba-dibby, skibba-dibba melody. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Be-ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. He's a Shat Man, mister. Repeat after me. That's skibba-dibba-dibby, scuba-doo melody. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Okay, y'all can stop shooting at me now. I don't care. I said you can stop shooting at me now. I don't care. I said you don't have to keep saying me. Okay, fine then. You wanted to get killed? Alright, I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not so now. Alright, damn it. Now you're dead. What about it? Me and my toad ship. Yeah, me and my toad. Yeah, previously on my toad.
Everyone knows it's Butters.
That's me.
That's me, mister. Okay. Damn it! As soon as I was going to click out of it.
Samu Wraith says, respect his authority.
Respect my authority! What the hell? They came and find me or some shit. What the fuck, mister? What in the hell's going on around here? What in the hell, mister? Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Toilet Prize. It's 3.5 missions that it's taken to explore my anus, to seek out my anus, to boldly anus, where anuses cannot be found before. Anus. Oh, anal fissure. I know anal fissure. We're gonna go to Drazona to do that. We're doing that right later. When GPO playing Dabo 1000 should not take a long time at all. It should be pretty fun, and we'll get it done pretty soon. Yeah.
Samu Wraith says, to boldly the darkness that is that hole Scorp.
To boldly go around the darkness that is that hole, mister. We will investigate the hole. And see.
I have but one bunghole to give. And I give it to you.
How did it know we were talking about holes and then all of a sudden random plays a hole? You can't tell me that somebody out there is not listening in the universe. You talk about it, random plays it. How is that random? How is that random indeed? It's not, mister. So, what I say to whatever entity, I don't care to play with you, mister.
Just Call Makor says,
I did not hit her.
Samantha
It's not
Carter
true.
created
It's
a black
bullshit.
hole
I
by
did not
shoving a
hit her.
Stargate up
I did
Captain
not.
Kirk's ass.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Samu Wraith says, I'm telling you Scorpbot is sentient.
Right. Right. No, I think what it is there is an intelligence out there that monitors life and can adjust probability of certain factors by just using a thought.
Pale Chimera says, Streamlabs go fuck yourself.
What we may see as randomization or like a choice given to us or whatever is actually already chosen. Like it's already going to happen a certain way. We just haven't caught up with the result of that. It's like being in an experiment where the outcome is already seen, but yet to get to the outcome is not seen by the inside
Murdoch
observer.
says, it's actually laser miniation.
Dun, 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 dun. We didn't win. We lost some, but we did the endeavor. All right. Now let's see.
Samu Wraith says,
Transdimensional
exterminate
tactics.
rolling underscore on underscore the underscore floor underscore laughing.
Exterminate.
Exterminate!
Dooby-doo. Scooby-Doo. Where the hell are
Samu
you,
Wraith says,
Scooby-Doo?
don't target Murdochs.
Scooby-Doo. Where the fuck are you? Where is that one at? I'm always losing my mind when it comes to trying to find this one. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, looking for you. Nukara, House and Pfeffer Incorporated, mister. Complete mission once, so it doesn't say what order to put that in. So I can put it on.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, you motherfucker! Congratulations, son of a bitch! Congratulations on your first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me upon
Samu Wraith says,
Partridge
execute
in
order
a
66.
pear tree on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. 8 major milking, 5 rings, for calling.
Murdoch says, it's the Cuckoo Monster.
Cuckoo Monster. I always liked it on Family Guy whenever they had that little sideway flashbacky thing they would do, and they said like what the Cookie Monster's doing right now, and he's like sitting in a jail cell with a spoon and cookie dough in the spoon. He's got a lighter underneath there going, come on. I always thought that was fucking hilarious, as if he's an addict. Cookie dough. Listen here, mister.
Murdoch says, I remember that.
Remember when?
Temba. His arms open.
Timba, his arms open, mister. And Santa? And Santa? Yes, Santa. I'd like a new pony.
Samu Wraith
I'd also
says,
like,
if Cookie Monster was in jail he'd be carving CS in the walls.
Dear Santa Claus. Let's see, Klingon. Santa Claus. Yes, my new phaser. I'd like it to be, to shoot out really good stuff. Ah, what the hell? Hit in my face there, buddy. What are you doing here, Captain? What are you doing? Mister? I have no idea. This Ferengi watches you. If anyone's never noticed that. See? He watches you. This one doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't take one either. Golly, come on, people. There's got to be people out there doing the transdimensional tactics because that is one of the things to have to do. There we go. Shit. Shit, fucker. He finds a pile of shit and he put penis in there and fuck it. Alright, remember everyone. Don't touch the acid. Whatever you do.
Samu Wraith says,
stay away from the
listen
acid.
here, Mr. Resistance. Resistance is truly futile.
Stay away from the acid. You will stay away from my acid. I said stay away from the acid, mister.
Samu Wraith says, but yet I choose to be optimistic for still myself.
Mr. Optimistic. Mr. Misty-eyed, therefore I'm Mr. Misty-eyed, therefore I'm. Can you save my heavy, dirty soul? Blink. I've only got that song in my head because of that World Wrestling Federation game. I'm gonna say the Federation because I'm not gonna say WWE because I don't believe in that shit. I believe it's WWF. That's how I grew up with it. That's how the fuck it's gonna be called from now on. World Wildlife Fund. Yeah, bullshit.
Pale Chimera says, ECW.
ECW? WCW, WWF, UCK. I want to. I'm the level.
Samu Wraith says, yes, Scorp WWF.
I want to hump it. You ever notice, like, whenever they play back an old match from back in the WWF days, they'll try to, like, block out the signs and the ring banner and all that kind of stuff too, or they'll digitally modify it to where it says E. Ugh, my goodness gracious, that made me go out of the way. Oh my god. Just take a load of this, mister.
Samu Wraith says, I'm old school as well, the 70s were fun.
Yeah, we've won the game. We've won Star Trek Online. Star Trek. The enormous danger potential. Let me swap to my phaser. Yes, I'm wondering, mister, have you seen my ass? It's huge. It's huge. Yeah. Back in the day. Back in the day. Ooh, mark package. Give that to Gary. Access bank, bitch. Account bank, mister. Ooh, I've got one in there, too. I forgot all about that, son of a bitch. Martha. Martha. Hello there, Martha. How are you, Martha? Pamela Beverly Fokker. Pamela Martha Fokker. Pamela Martha Fokker. She's a Martha Fokker.
Samu Wraith says, Gary doesn't need the package, he is the package.
He is the package. He delivers the package one time only. Gary is the package. He's the package deal. He comes in a bundle. The Klingon bundle. Gary the Klingon. Gary. Oh, see, CC Rider. Oh, see what you have done. Oh, see, CC Rider. Oh, see what you have done. Reputacionos. Collect the Cianos. Start the Cianos. Let's get these accomplished, and we'll jump over to Gary the Klingon.
Samu Wraith says, he will help you move on to Grey Thor.
He'll help you move on to Grey Thor. Or Sto-vo-kor, depending on where you need to go. Cling on me. Hey-oh! Ho, 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 ho. I need to get Ed McMahon laughing. Johnny Carson always had him laughing. Ho, 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 ho. That is, if Ed could ever be sober on stage. One thing Ed McMahon was good at, and I guess drinking was one of them. I don't know. Hoo-ha!
Samu Wraith says, so well-timed.
So well-timed, indeed. The
Samu Wraith
timing
says,
is awesome.
I miss John Winters.
Jonathan Winters, oh my gosh. That's a legend right there. I mean, anytime the dude was like, you know, I'd watch him other stuff, but whenever he was doing the Johnny Carson interview, Johnny could not get a word in because he'd be in the floor laughing. Literally, like, almost fell out of his chair that one time because, what was it, Jonathan Winters and Robin Williams were both there at the same time, and they were riffing off each other with jokes and stuff. It just turned into this whole madhouse. And, dude, I love rewatching that. I used to love watching Johnny Carson, even before I knew what it was about. I watched him as a child because I would stay up late, you know, and have my own TV in my room. So during the 80s, instead of sleeping,
Samu Wraith says, I remember that he laughed so hard.
Oh yeah, he get choked up a lot whenever he had certain guests on. Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, I used to watch, like, I didn't know it was called like about late night. I just knew that was on, and then, you know, whenever you kept watching, then the station would go off, and, you know, the jets would be flying or whatever. But because for those who don't know, TV used to not stay on 24 hours a day. Unless you had cable or whatever, or satellite. Yep, about midnight-ish, 1 o'clock or / midnight, depending on where you were. It would say that this now concludes our broadcast day, and they would have like maybe here in America they would have like a Star Spangled Banner playing and stuff like that, and jets flying in the air, oh say can you see, kind of thing. And when that would be over with, they would show the color bars and go pew, and they go, you know, you'd have the snow thing on the screen.
Says, I remember that all TV stations would go offline.
Yeah, and then they'd come back at like what 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and you don't see that anymore. They're on 24 hours a day. I ain't supposed to do anything about that dog. That dang old computer ain't gonna shut that dang old dog up. I've been gone, y'all people, the better month now. Right about y'all. Every time that dog calls you, me at y'all 24 hours a day, nobody answers your call. I ain't supposed to do anything about that dog. Dang computer ain't gonna come and shut that dang old dog up. Para bailar la bamba. Para bailar la bamba. Necesito una poco de gracias. Una poco de gracias para mi patinar. Y arriba, por ti seré. Por ti seré, por ti seré. Yo no soy naimero. Yo no soy naimero. Soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. I'm captain. Bamba, bamba. What Wazowski? There's a S in there or something. A horse's manure. Put that between bread. Biff hates manure.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Wazowski. He's watching Wazowski. Always watching. Crack that whip.
BATT3MPIRE says, test pattern from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Test pattern, yes. Gotta love it. And, you know, back then, the static and stuff was really quite
Samuraith says,
nice.
just call Makor is watching, always watching, rolling _on _ the floor _ laughing.
He'd be watching you. They everywhere. They everywhere. So how many we got now? We have 10. Temporal agent man. Temporal. Shit. Been talking too much.
BATT3MPIRE says, I still remember when my grandparents got a color TV.
Oh, that's a special
Pale
time.
Chimera says, at Samuraith he's watching you when you sleep.
He's watching you. Yeah, I had some grandparents who only ever had like just a black and white TV or grayscale or whatever you want to call it. And it was one of the smallest things too, and it was always hard. Like I was used to, like when I was a kid, you know, color television, you know. And then when I went to my grandparents'
Just
house, we
call
didn't have
Makor
it.
says, I'm watching my desire for a PS5.
A piece of 5. A piece 5, mister. Let's see.
Samuraith says, a creepy stalker like Superman.
Creepy stalker. I can't stand to fly. I'm not that naive. I'm just out to find the better part of me. I'm more than a bird, more than a plane, more than some pretty face beside a train, and it's not easy to be me. Wish that I could cry, fall upon my knees, find a way to lie, but a home I'll never see.
Samuraith says, you guys don't remember Kevin Spacey Superman movie, he just would stare so much.
The Kevin Spacey Superman movie? Sure it wasn't like a Saturday Night Live joke or some shit? It's like looking up the Nicolas Cage Superman conception, like type art and all that, and him actually with long hair and in the suit. Oh, are you talking about Superman Returns with Brandon Routh? Or Ralph? This is Kevin Spacey. He did a better Lex Luthor than what's his
Samuraith
face?
says, no, it was a movie.
He had a better Lex Luthor than than they had in Batman v Superman or whatever.
Samuraith says, returns yep.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Run, Gary, run! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, hello there. Yes. It's almost time to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watch it once a year around Christmas time. Used to, I would watch regular Lampoons.
Samu Wraith says,
and then that.
yes, Spacey made a good Superman. Sucks what happened.
See what happens, Spacey? Do you see what happens?
Samu Wraith says, Luther damn it.
I know what you meant. A lot better than Mark Zuckerberg guy or whatever his name was. I swear. I don't know if it was probably just the script or his interpretation that he used, but I just did not like Eisenberg as Lex Luthor for some reason. It just wasn't. It wasn't Lex Luthor.
GG.
And for him to like, and for Lex and Superman Superman v Batman or Batman v Superman, whatever it is, for them to like him to already know the identities of all the people on there was a bit kind of you know, for me.
Samu Wraith says, yet I didn't like that guy. I really didn't like that guy as Luthor. I miss Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman was awesome. That's what Michael Rosenbaum based his Lex Luthor off of on Smallville, was Gene Hackman. Like he looked toward that Lex as inspiration, but not really based it off, I guess. Because he's like one of the Lex Luthor you think of. Mr. Luthor.
Romulans are attacking from the south.
Romulans are attacking to the south. Be careful,
Samu Wraith
Romulans.
says, Hackman nailed the persona of Lex so well.
Hackman. Man, manly, manly, man. Man. Campy, cheesy Lex. Supergirl Lex, right?
Nicaragua.
All right, then. File Jaka.
Romulans are attacking from the south.
They're attacking from the south. It just says attacking from the south, and yet here they are at the other side. What the fuck?
Samu Wraith says, they're attacking, Mr. from the south.
They're attacking from your south, Anus.
Romulans are attacking from the west.
Ah, now they're attacking from the west. Which is where they were attacking from whenever I got killed there. Yeah. Oh. Gary died a Klingon. They're attacking the central camp. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're attacking the pudding stocks.
Romulans are attacking from the west.
Attacking west. Romulans attacking west.
Romulans are attacking the central camp.
Damn it! Damn it, Bobby.
Romulans are attacking from the south.
Thirsty? Watch. Ah, that's some good OJ. But it's not OJ. What the hell am I drinking?
Romulans are
Fire.
attacking from the west.
No, they kicked Gary's ass. We're just gonna let them central camp it here. There we are. Let's go around the side here. They'll never know Gary's coming because Gary doesn't even know he's coming either. We can't climb up rocks in the house. That sucks ass.
Pale Chimera says, Mom said it was my turn to stream Scorp.
Oh?
Romulans are attacking the central camp.
Do it then. Do it. Do it, Griffin.
Murdoch says, sometimes I get a random text on my phone that says hi from a area code and number I don't recognize. I delete and block. Samu Wraith says, let's give that guy Watkins voice, you know they're attacking from the south.
Romulans are attacking from the south. They're attacking from the south. Oh my god. My voice hurts right now. Thank you. Christopher Walken. It's like a walk in the park. It's walking all over you. I can't understand the cowbell need here. You gotta have more cowbell, baby. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Hi! Kevin Pollak has the best damn Christopher Walken, I swear. Hi! Gary attacks the ground. This Fisher.
You're gonna want that cowbell.
Damn cowbell thing in my head. Sweet dreams made of the years. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world in 7 seas. Everybody thinks of something. Blasting you in the nuts, sir. There you go. Sausage. No. Gary. Hello there, Gary. Pew, pew, pew. No, I didn't mean it. Okay. Gary's helping. Gary's fishing this door. He got the door open. Damn it, he's going to the floor. I say that, damn it. Damn it. I'll say it off way, why, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I'll get rid of that, damn it.
You tiny little life forms. You precious little life forms. Where are you?
I just imagine myself modifying that.
Samu Wraith says, LOL.
Where whenever Data is doing the little thing or whatever. Like he goes, "Where are you?" You know, just keeps going.
Samu Wraith says, so funny.
So funny. It's so funny. I forgot to laugh. It's hilarious the way that people talk about things these days. It's amazing. And understanding, too. I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and oh so full of life. You never know just how you look to other people's eyes. This is actually helping or something.
Samu Wraith says, did you, mister? Did you forget you know, mister, you gotta laugh at some point?
You gotta laugh, mister? You gotta laugh, do ya? There's nothing to laugh about him, Kai. Eric, what are you laughing about him, Kai? Boom, shaka-laka, waka-laka, paka-laka, paka. Gary will hide in the shadows.
The drill is in a critical state. But I need to shut
Critical state, which one is that? Wyoming? He walks around like he's got shit in his diaper.
Protect me while I shut down this sub-console.
Samu Wraith says,
Captain.
Mr. Garrison, it was just so damn funny, Cartman voice.
Mr. Garrison?
Mr. Garrison, you're so funny. Shit!
You can do it, it's all up to us, okay? With a little plan, you can change your life today. You can change it today. Follow my plan and verse, and you will say it's easy, okay? Step 1, instead of ass, say buns. Since I kiss my buns, or you're a buns hole. Step 2, instead of shit, say poo. It's a bull poo, poo, and then it's poo, it's cold. Step 3, with bitch, drop a D, cause Bic is Latin for generosity. Step 4, don't say fuck anymore, cause fuck is the worst word that you can say. You just use the word okay. You can do it, it's all up to us, okay? With a little plan, you can change our life today. You can change today. I love that movie.
Bunghole!
Bunghole! Wait, aren't teams usually blue? Why is everybody's text white?
Goddamn right.
You're damn right, boy. I am the powerful Klingon, Gary. My eyes are full of green. Yes. Yeah. Fire. 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 My weapon is bigger than yours. Gary's got this one, guys. Gary's got this one. She already had damage. Gary's got her, okay? As long as you attack one person, Gary's got her. Okay, Gary? Gary's got her. Gary's got her, man. Gary's got her,
Samu
okay?
Wraith says, at Just Call McCower, I want a PS5 too. Amazon and Walmart just don't have any.
Well, good luck getting them around this time of year, right? Shut down. Did you realize now fully shut down? Did you realize now fully shut down?
Just Call McCower says, https://www.walmart.com/ip/PlayStation 5 console God of War Ragnar K bundle /14747536554.
Please repeat that, but a little bit faster next time. Gary's shooting his cannon at everything that lives.
Gary is not alive anymore. He decided he was going to
Operation completed. Final report. Everyone died, sir. Acknowledged. Gary leaves before anybody can get on his ass about him not heavy and healthy.
Gary the Klingon. His name is Gary the Klingon. He's got Klingon problems here. Gary the Klingon.
Gary the Kling off.
Samu Wraith says, yeah, just call Mako or may wait on my taxes.
Texas. Stairs and queers come from Texas, meatball. Wait, that's inappropriate to say, even though it's a quote from a movie. I apologize publicly. I'm going to make a statement
Samu Wraith
after
says,
the president's done.
that new God of War, I want that.
God of War. Ragnarok. God of Floor. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer's night or cold winter's day.
Dalek_Kurland says, did someone just say that God's a whore?
God's a whore. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, boy. I told you not to get in my underwear drawer. Those are your mama's things. Let me guess, a 7, right? See, get that. Fleet marks, of course. Get that. Fleet marks, of course. Marks, of course. Fleet marks, of course. Anything else? Okay. Sweet dreams are made from fleas. Cameron Diaz.
Samu Wraith says, Kurland, you don't lead the Borg collective yet, you haven't divorced that nagging queen yet, lol.
That
Samu Wraith
nagging
says,
bitch.
at Dalek_Kurland.
That nagging bitch. Whiny little bitch. Oh, that's filled up a little bit. A little bitch, just a little bitch. A little bitch. Little bitch, little bitch, little bitch, just a little bitch. Common duty officers. I could do that. I could totally do that. Let me go to the Dalek Kurland here. I need to get that out of the game before they take it out because a dude left that provided the voice for that. Fleet Starbase System. Stairs. Oh my, Starry Supply. Anybody tried these Popcorners kettle corn chips? They are sweet and salty.
Kurland, I want them cybernetic earrings. Kurland, that'll spend all my credits. Queen, spend it. Consider it a order.
Kurland. Just in case he didn't tell you, Kurland. He wants them, damn it, Kurland. Cybernetic earrings. What's cybernetic earrings? Sweet beans are made from fleas. Sweet Caroline.
Samu Wraith says, that'd be a convo between him and his wife face underscore with underscore tears underscore of underscore joy.
You did it yourself. You laughed. I know. Community officers. They're not officers. They're officers. Or ass-fisters, depending on what you want to call them. Okay, we need to get 91. Well, never quite 91. We'll get about 70, because 70 might hit that. Let's do that right there. And hit that right there.
Samu Wraith says, Scorp, that was such a good command to add the rim shot.
I know, right? There's different versions. I should have it like where it's mixed up a little bit to different ways that it's done. I've got, there's a piano app that's also for a phone. And it's got the ability to turn them on. Let me see if I can find, where is it at? The piano. Because you can put it on Windows, which I did. And you can put it on a smartphone, which I don't have.
Oh, that is bull.
My piano app. Is it not there anymore? Oh, it's still there. Okay. One moment, please. One moment, please. So you can change it from acoustic piano. Where's it at? Electric, acoustic guitar, trumpet, violin, drum.
Suck it.
Samu Wraith says, nice.
No! Let me show it to you. Let's see. Sources. Window capture. Add source. Add source. My piano. Do 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 do. My piano.
Dalek underscore Kurland says, I'll have barbecue sauce. Pale Chimera says, ZA Russians are coming, ZA Russians are coming.
Excuse me, sir. Can you direct me to the naval base in Alameda? It's nuclear vessels. Nuclear vessels.
But yeah, see, I play with that every once in a while when I'm bored. You can put it on
Murdoch
a phone.
says, LOL, how did you connect that to OBS?
Just shared the window. That's all I did. Shared the window. Since I have it, it's my piano
Samu
phone.
Wraith says, so cool.
My piano phone. And, yeah. Let's see, we can, see. Is it that? No. There's a way to adjust something. Let's see. Number of keys. Add a little bit more keys to it. And then come off of that. Let's see. Whoops. Drum. Speed. So you'd probably like this, wouldn't you, Murdoch? No, it's automatically doing it. Damn. Ah! Damn it. Stop it! Oh, shit. Anytime I move my mouse. Anytime I move my mouse. What is that? Stop? Shiny? Oh, no. Don't be playing automatic music. Anyway. That is an app called My Piano Phone.
The imposter is not to be injured.
I've got the courage. I got the courage. I've got the
No, oh, Riz, dude. It drowned you out whenever I was playing with my piano.
Pale Chimera says, Core, if you're still here, guess what time it is? Samu Wraith says, break that pot, mister.
Paranoid that he was going to lose his job, Dr. Sam Beckett jumped off in the quantum leap accelerator and this a fucking fear.
Romeo India Zulu says, came back in time for late night serenades by Scorp.
He woke up with a migraine, talking out of his mind like he was crazy or some shit. Saying things that didn't make a damn bit of sense.
He's like Johnny with that.
His only buddy that would listen to him was Al, an imaginary friend he would go out and get drunk with that would appear in hallucinations that Sam could only see and hear. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself unemployed looking for a job, searching for work wherever he can, and hoping each time that his next paycheck won't be the last one.
Bananas and pajamas are coming down the...
Hi, are you on your feet all day? Are you on your feet all day? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need Hey, big guy. You're just 1999. Not true. Not true. Shut the fuck up! Here's how are you on your feet all day when you operate insoles that break down over time? Because 1999 that provide where you need it most. The heels and balls of your feet. The gel never breaks down, and when impact occurs, the insole soaks up the shot, and the force now ripples throughout the gel pad. No regular insole can do that. Even after continuous pounding, these M&Ms don't break. Imagine the relief you'll feel in all kinds of shoes. They even work in cowboy boots. I use them, and they work. Talk about shock absorbency. I'm gonna run over my hand with this 6,000-pound car. That's the power and protection of Impact Gel. Whether you're a runner, a professional, or a stay-at-home mom, you deserve the comfort of Impact Gel. Stop spending hundreds on inferior insoles.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Nothing absorbs the shock quite like Impact Gel. Call now and get a pair of our Impact Gel insoles for only $29.99. But that's not all. We'll also send you a set of our Impact Gel inserts free. They're perfect for dress shoes and casual wear. But I'm still not done. Right. Call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay separate shipping and handling. That's right. You get 2 sets of insoles and 2 sets of inserts. A $90 value, all for only $29.99. Here's how to order.
Tick, tick, tick!
Samu Wraith says, listens to Link scream in the background cause Billy verse rape lol.
Billy rape. Can't believe they didn't let me use that on Twitch.
Much later.
Much later.
Romeo India Zulu says, ha.
Ha! The Autobots and the Decepticons are fighting for Earth's survival.
Samu Wraith says, you see what happens Billy, you see what happens. Scorpwana says, when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Just blew our mind as a 3 sheets of dang old wind, man.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, every time about them dang old condom dispenser with them, they put a little 50 cents in there and then try to hit that corner, turn it, bang on that thing, and it's talking about her needs.
Insanity is fun, isn't it?
Just Call Makower says, I love that the Autobots are all about protecting human life but also have no problem fighting their war on our damn planet.
Right. What's that place? Earth. Autobots, go down to Earth and destroy the Decepticons. Like, the Autobots come to Earth first, right? In the movies. In the show, they all crash together or whatever. But,
Samu Wraith says, and looking for at Just Call Makower.
But in the movies, Megatron had come down beforehand and was already on Earth, so they went looking for the Allspark, you know, whatever the fuck shit. I wish Bumblebee was a different universe, other than trying to connect itself to the Transformers movies that Michael Bay did.
Raise the roof!
Raise the roof?
Rule 102. Nature decays, but Latinum lasts forever.
Samu Wraith says,
Happy holidays!
Bumblebee has no
boobies. Bumblebee has no boobies? He's got round headlights. Happy holidays. The Great Grandparry.
Let all naughty children beware!
Scorpwana
For
says,
today
ha,
is
ha.
a good day
Romeo
to
and
punish!
says, ha 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 ha.
Tee-hee.
Samu Wraith says, challenge for Just Call Makower, find a robot has no boobies.
The Great Grandparry has been spotted at the... No boobies? RC from the movie. Did you see, like, there's that guy out there that reviews Transformers figures now, and he reviewed a lot of the female ones, and he's got them, like, posing in certain positions and stuff. It's hilarious. Yeah, hi, it's me again. It's about 3
Streamlabs says, AFK.
Okay. Fuck.
Bartender, blood wine.
Streamlabs with AFK. Ah, shit. All that random stuff that I
Samu
added
Wraith
to it's
says,
starting to work.
Streamlabs, stop complaining.
That's.
Romeo and Zulu says, yesterday it was lurking, today it's AFK.
Right.
Shut the fuck up!
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you've had enough.
Shut the fuck up. Damn, I wish I could put my WB ending on that thing.
You son of a bitch!
I gotta have more cowbell.
Gotta have more cowbell, baby. Hey. Aww.
Scorpwana says, ah.
Damn.
Scorpwana says,
May I
damn
have
me.
your attention?
Romeo India Zulu says, I win. Scorpwana says,
Attention,
LOL.
please. You will be silent!
Shut the fuck up!
Oh shit.
Alrighty then.
Cut you again. Oh god.
Suck it. Suck it!
Ah, damn.
Just Call Makor says, time to start banning everyone.
I don't think so, Tim.
Ah, damn it. Goodness, ouch. That'll give me a little bit of a headache.
I like to be hugged.
You like to be hugged, do you? You like to be hugged, Chucky, do you? Danny DeVito is Chucky. I don't have that one yet. I don't have that one yet. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to shut her down. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening, night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the
Just Call Makor says, there are 2 Tiffany's and 72 Chuckies.
world. 72. Oh, you've gotten to the 72 Chucky part? Damn, you've been watching that shit religiously.
Good
afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Scorpwana says, I need to have Bob Ross fapping his brush.
Lurk. Yeah, 2 Tiffany's and 72 Chuckies. So you've made it to that part, huh? Have you? Wow.
Romeo India Zulu says, bring out your dead.
Oh, damn it, yes. So many.
Goddamn right.
Oh. Alrighty. Shutting her down at the count of 5, as I normally do, because it's stupid to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. 5, 4.
Murdoch
3.
says, night.
Night, Murdochs.
Just Call Makor says, alright, end stream so I can finish this and download
in your
stuff.
general direction.
Yes,
Your
sir.
mother was a hamster.
Murdoch says,
And your father
Forest
smelt
7 Mermaid Forest
of
7 Mermaid
elderberries.
Forest 7 Mermaid Forest 7 Mermaid Forest 7 Mermaid.
Later.
Samuraith says, later guys.
Have good one.
Samuraith says, have a good one.
Have good one.
Samuraith says, LOL.
Yes. Yes. Boris, have new video. You nigga to watch video, he make applesauce and babushkas. Down, shut up.
Shut the fuck up!
And ending.
А ну, чики-брики в дамке!
Yes.
Murdoch says, by the way, those aren't hand claps, they are feet in the air. Samuraith says, Judas is on Scorp.
They are feet in the air? Wow.